That's the way it was meant to be. You fill my heart out like the warmth from the sun above. People like you make life nice for people like me. I know nobody likes to frown, and I know I won't as long as you are around. You pick me up when I'm feeling down. Let's sing a song together, gonna make a happy sound. People like you make life nice for people like me. Now I like the things you do, I hope you know what you mean to me. Guess we go on living our best worth giving, that's the way it was meant to be. You fill my heart out like the warmth from the sun above. People like you make life nice. To me, as we go on living our best work giving, that's the way it was meant to be. You fill my heart out like a woman from the sun above. People like you make life nice for people like me. People like you make life nice for people like me. I like the things you do. I hope you know
And hey, good evening, everybody. How we doing? Everybody hear me okay? So I guess we're going to have a happy hour tonight. You know, if you've experienced a cyber bully, you know, somebody punching down, you know, if you've been a victim, you know, somebody with a massive fan base that can come and clobber you, you're a little bitty nobody, or you were picked on when you were little, come in and tell us about it. We'll talk about it a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about cyberbullying. And, you know, it's one thing when the playing field is equal. Okay, you got one small YouTuber slapping back and forth with another small YouTuber. It can somewhat be argued innocent, fun. But it's a whole different game when you've got somebody that's got a massive fan base that are willing to completely sell out their dignity to fight their battles, like we've seen over the last 4 weeks from Crack Squad, who is still today, by the way, denying that Xana May is a very accomplished 2-time war vet with a bachelor's degree and a full-time job at NASA and a small business while she's helping her refugee family get grounded. And they've had to deal with this hailstorm unleashed on them by Ryan Upchurch. And just so we're not confused at all about the sinister level of Crack Squad, the Ryan Upchurch official fans page put out a video today I want to share with you. So let's have a look at this toy.
But she can't say that Ryan doxed her when she put her own info out there. She did that. She did that. She did that.
Okay. Thank you for your comments. Any final comments?
Xana May, you need to get that herpes with that on your lip. Xana May, you need to get that herpes with that on your lip. Xana May, you need to get that herpes with that on your lip.
Dude, the way she said.
Patty Lynn
Xana May, you need to get that herpes with that on your
says
lip.
her and Ryan are all about
See
treating
how
women good.
classy Ryan Upchurch people are. I gave you the respect to give you a comment, and that's what you say. That's what you say. That's what you say.
Dude. Bro. Stop laughing. Dude.
That's what you say.
Xana May, you need to get that herpes with that on your lip.
Classy.
Xana May, you need to get that herpes with that on your lip.
Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice, kids? Isn't that just special? Really funny. Well, we're going to go ahead and light the board up. Got a couple people lined up right away. Good evening. How you doing?
Absolutely unbelievable how juvenile these people are.
Isn't it?
It's so crazy. How can they call
that's
themselves
the official
adults?
fan page today. That was today.
Fucking joke.
Pretty disgusting, huh? I'll tell you guys a little bit about my experience. You know, I was 7 years old when my little sister was born. And, you know, and clear up till I was 7, you know, I was the youngest kid. I got a lot of, you know, well, not a lot of attention, but, you know, I got attention. And when my little sister was born, you know, my parents worked 2 full-time jobs. And so taking care of a baby, you know, they didn't expect, you know, they were setting, you know, the youngest kid's already 7 years old. They're having another kid. So all the attention was put on her, and I was left to the ass beating of my alcoholic father and my prick of an older brother and his smart ass friends who called me Walmerhead and fucked with me every single day. And I absolutely had no cover because my mother, when she wasn't working late, she was having an affair or taking care of my little sister. And if I went to my dad, well, you know, I was fucking bothering him. So I had to put up with that ass chewing. So then I had to put up with my older brother and his buddies. And that, you know, I put up with that for quite a while. And I swore to God, man, if I ever saw that being done to somebody, when I became an adult, I'd put an end to it. And so if anybody wants to argue, yeah, a little bit of that is right here in this vindication of Xana May. And I'm not going to stop. I'm going to jump up and down on Crack Squad's neck and on Ryan Upchurch's neck every fucking day till he undoes what he did to these people. And I ain't playing. So if you guys got something you want to share, go right ahead.
I think you're totally right. It's time to bully the bully. It's time to do that.
It sure is.
Bro, y'all ain't gotta do shit, crackhead motherfucker. You kick it with Tony Dodge, you're a pussy, dude. So are you, Jay. You're a fucking fag, bro. Neither of you gonna do
says the dude with the frog profile picture. Hey, show your face, homie. Show your face.
Knock you out one
Show
hit,
your
dude.
face.
Get out of
Show
here,
your
bro.
face.
This guy, what is he, 12?
Show your face.
See how big of a coward he is? I mean, they're just cowards, man. They're just sissy cowards. That's all they are. Just sissy cowards. You really think you impress somebody with that, buddy? You think you impress? Look, he wants to show you who he is now. I got your screen capped. You didn't shut it down quick enough. I got your full face picture, punk. And guess what? He's a twerp. He couldn't whip his way out of a wet paper bag. His arms look about the size of twigs. Oh, what a sissy. You know, you do a podcast about cyber bullies, and what do you get? Cyber bullies. Isn't that funny? It triggers them. I think it's just incredibly awesome. So he says, I'm public enemy number one with these people. I know. You ought to see the I searched my name today on YouTube. Jesus, for somebody that ain't getting any attention, nobody's listening to. A lot of people making fucking videos. Somebody's worried. We got some juvenile comments. Hey, mods, I think there's only a couple in here tonight. You know, they can be dickheads, just as long as they're not vulgar. As long as they're not being vulgar, let them sit in there and show the world what they're made of. That's the easiest medicine for them. Just shine the flashlight right on them, yank their pants down around their ankles, and turn the light on. I think it's amazing how these guys are, you know, incredible. We got some text here I'm going to read real quick. Talked to some really incredible people today. For some of you guys that have been emailing me and not getting a response, it's not that I'm ignoring you. I got 1,700 emails today. There was like 2,000 yesterday and like 2,000 the day before. I just haven't had time to go through them. I just have not. I mean, I don't want to skip over, you know, because there's some good, you know, there's a lot of trolls in there, but there's a lot of good stuff in there too, like a whole family of lawyers. It's a dad, a son, an uncle, a cousin, and a nephew, and a wife that are all lawyers. The whole damn clan. And they said, talk to us. So we did. We are. And here we go. It's who we got here. How you doing?
What's up?
How you doing?
Doing good. How y'all doing today?
Good, real good.
Good deal. I just simply want to ask, what's your objective? What's the main goal here? The end
Jump
goal.
up and down on Ryan Upchurch's throat until he undoes what he did to these people.
How come
I've been pretty clear. I mean, I don't remember stuttering or anything.
You repeat yourself over and over. We get it.
Well, then why are you asking me? You obviously heard me the first time. Why are you asking me what my agenda is then?
Because I just want to see how big of a smartass you are at first.
I'm not a smartass. I'm just telling you the truth. You asked me a question, I answered it.
You're just a smartass to everybody. I want to know, why are you bringing Adam in it? Jelly?
Because Adam seemed to think it was a really awesome thing.
Yeah,
what Ryan was doing.
But here's the thing: you don't know what Cashville.
Yeah, I do. I do know exactly.
You can't talk.
He's retaliating against Johnny Cashville to get at me.
No,
because Johnny Cashville dared to be a moderator on my podcast that was saying, quit doing this shit to innocent people, Ryan Upchurch.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. No, I'm not kidding even a little bit.
You think that's really why?
Yeah. Isn't it ironic? It wasn't a problem till he was my moderator, and now all of a sudden it's a problem?
No, it just put the...
No, it just goes to show how low IQ you are. You're not going to come in here and be a Ryan Upchurch fanboy. That's not what we're doing tonight.
No,
have a good evening.
I mean, the timing is just impeccable. I mean, for him, I mean, do people not see, like, they can connect all these dots in some fake case that Ryan Upchurch is making, but they can't connect this shit. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. Ryan Upchurch, here's the funny thing when you're dealing with these crackheads. Ryan Upchurch can just say something that's baseless, no proof, no nothing, and they cling on to it. And then you can show them semi-truckloads of concrete proof it's not true, and they'll just fucking continue to reject it. It's like dealing with toddlers that believe Santa Claus is real, and you're not going to fucking change their mind. Santa Claus is real because Ryan said so, and any notion that Santa ain't real will have to come from Ryan. So that's why I got to jump up and down on his throat till he tells Crack Squad he was high on meth. He didn't know what he was doing. He stayed up for 3 fucking days, started hallucinating, started believing Ellen DeGeneres' girlfriend wasn't real. And she was really a gal named Callie that was pretending to be Collie that was 30 years old because the parents faked it for the GoFundMe money. And then Icked Mel and Xana May and Ronnie Jones went to California to do something to this child. And then Xana May went back and scuba dived down to the car on her Yamaha scuba bike that looked like a kayak transport. Do I need to keep going? And they believe it. It's the wildest fairy tale ever told. So far-fetched, you couldn't even put it in a children's book and make it entertaining. It's just too far-fetched, and they still believe it. Like, they still believe it. People still commenting that Xana May's lying after an ABC documentary that traveled with her troop, multiple pictures of her in various times during her service, her bachelor's degree, pictures of her business, pictures of her refugee family, and then a retired Army force or high-ranking, I forget what he was, very high-ranking, enough to have security clearance to access her military records. He does a live podcast going over it line by line. Still ain't good enough. That's how stupid they are. That's how damn retarded these people are. And the thing that's the most about it, Ryan Upchurch knowing that some of these people aren't playing with a full deck. What are you going to do, Ryan, when one of these guys hurts somebody? Someone pulled up in Xana May's driveway. Another person came by and took pictures of all her cars and posted it online. Another person pulled up in front of her business, took pictures, made a meme out of it with her niece in it. Still, that was just yesterday. Been a month now. And it's not going to stop till Ryan Upchurch undoes it. And I'm not letting up on him till he does. It's just that simple. And he can retaliate against Johnny Cashville. Johnny's doing fine. That's not the only person he gets royalties from. He's a talented man. He participated in Ryan Upchurch's first best-selling records. And if he wasn't owed royalties, Crack Squad, they wouldn't have been paid for 6 years up until the day he defended Xana May. Up until the day he defended Xana May, he was paid royalties for the work he did. But now we know that Adam and Ryan have this new method of how to get out of paying royalties. You just wait till the record peaks and then you pull it down and take the person off and then re-upload it, and then you don't have to pay them for their work anymore. Nice little system they got developed there. Only it's just a blacklist on the recording industry. It blows every standard there is. It's chicken shit to the core. That's all I got to say about that. You know, it's pretty bad when, you know, you got somebody like Xana May who she didn't even know Ryan Upchurch existed. None of these people would even have her name in their mouth, but for Ryan Upchurch. And she is not equipped, nor does she have the time, nor should she have to be defending herself against this shit. So I'm going to do it for her.
I think Johnny Cashville deserves a lot of respect for not caving in and being pimped by everybody else, like the Calhouns, and being duped into it. You know, he had the balls to stand up and say something at the end of the day.
All he said was, Ryan, please, this woman is military, man. I don't want to see you get canceled. Don't do this. That girl's real. Don't say that. That's what he's guilty of.
Yeah, I'm so glad he didn't sit back and say anything like the rest of his friends, you know? I mean, he did what nobody else had the courage to do.
Exactly. And, you know, and just seems like, everybody's all excited that now that Ryan Upchurch, the bully, is going to punch down again because he didn't get his way. And let me tell you, Crack Squad, every one of you, every single one of you, you think you're immune to this? You think Ryan Upchurch wouldn't bully you if it was convenient? Look how wishy-washy they are. All that bullshit that went down with Johnny Gobble, and all Johnny Gobble had to do was say something shitty about me, and now Patty Lynn's part of Gobble Nation. just like that. That goes to show you what their standards are. Good evening. How you doing? Must not be ready. How we doing?
Hey, I just want to come in here and tell you that you're doing an amazing job. It's like the last week I've been doing this. Keep doing it, bud. I respect you a lot. Have a great day.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm going to check these emails, make sure there's not somebody. We've got dedicated phone lines for this podcast now. So anybody just wants to call in, don't want to fool with a webcam and stuff, you can call in, just email psychobabblerap@gmail.com. We'll get you the phone number and put you on.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Let me clarify one thing before we get started. I don't care about Ryan Upchurch. That's here nor there. So I would appreciate it if you would show me the respect that I will not criticize you in any way, and I would expect the same from you. I'm not what you call crack squad, whatever.
Right, yeah.
The problem here is
a two-way street, you know.
Yes, of course.
Have
I shown you any disrespect at this point, sir?
Well, heck no.
Okay. My question to you is, and I just want an answer, and you don't have to answer me. Why do you have to involve other artists like Adam Calhoun? Can I finish?
Himself.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Can I finish? There's wait a minute. See, here's your problem. You don't let people finish before you
asked me a question. You don't want me to answer it?
Well, I wasn't finished answering the question.
Well, go ahead.
That's the problem.
Finish.
Okay. See, if you did a little bit of research, there's a lot more involved with Adam and Cashville and Jelly Roll.
I don't care. Wait a minute. Listen to me. I'm going to stop you for a minute because I'm going to address this.
Is Jelly Roll supposed to come off of National?
He's going to cut you off.
You're just going to have to hold on for a minute. I don't care what Adam Calhoun and Cashville's beef is. That doesn't have a damn thing to do with Ryan Upchurch cutting him out of his royalties to get at me. I don't care if Adam Calhoun hates Johnny Cashville. I don't care if Johnny Cashville had an affair with Adam Calhoun's wife. It has nothing to do with the money Ryan Upchurch owes him for royalties. The two are not related.
What about the money that Johnny Cashville owes all the people he screwed over?
What's that have to do with the money Upchurch owes him for royalties?
Have you heard of karma before?
Oh, for Christ's sakes.
I know you're going to cut me off. I know you're going to cut me off. That's how you go.
Yes.
Now we're on that
you know what?
Box bullshit.
The maturity level is unfucking believable. So here's what Crack Squad believes. If I owe Billy money and Bobby has a contract with Billy for a house he built, Bobby doesn't have to pay Billy because Billy owes me money. You see how fucking stupid that is? If Adam Calhoun has a beef with Cashville, that has nothing whatsoever to do with what Ryan Upchurch was obligated to do. Obligated by the industry, by the standard, by the way we operate, by the way we treat each other as humans. And there's something wrong with every one of you dipshits that seem to be 30 years old and younger, that you think feelings trump facts, that you think feelings trump contracts, that you think feelings trump societal norms. Unlike you, dipshits, I would defend my worst enemy if they were being wrongfully persecuted or wrongfully screwed over. And now the standard set by Ryan Upchurch, and apparently something Adam Calhoun supports, we don't no longer have to honor royalty contracts We can just say fuck you if somebody gets up in our fields that ain't even involved. You realize how juvenile that sounds? Literally, how juvenile can you be? It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't care if Johnny Cashville owes 500 fucking people money. Doesn't have a goddamn thing to do with what Ryan Upchurch agreed to him when he helped him make 3 records. You can't go back and take away what you agreed to for something you're mad about today. Don't work that way. That's not how the industry works either. And I guarantee you, if Tom McDonald pulled his music down, took Adam fucking Calhoun off of it, and then re-uploaded it, Adam Calhoun would have a fucking problem with that. Wouldn't he? Wouldn't he, you dipshits? And I mean fucking dipshits. I've never seen people so goddamn dumb. Ain't nothing you're going to say going to defend it. It's a low-ass blow. It's fucking dirty. It's punching down. It's a fucking punk-ass bitch.
Dipshits.
Now, what do you got to say?
I've never seen people so goddamn dumb.
This dumbass don't even know how to use a goddamn podcast. Get out of here till you can figure out how software works. Let's hear it. Let's hear you fucking defend it. Come on, defend it.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. Do I think Kylie Rodney is real? Yeah, I do. Do I think that she has died? Yeah, I do. I believe all that. Do I believe everything Ron says? No, I don't. But the way that you're handling it and the way that you're going after it is totally wrong. And
have you noticed the way Crack Squad has
why
acted?
Why do you say
have you noticed the goddamn way that Crack Squad has acted?
Look, you're 63, dude. I'm trying to have a conversation with you. If you don't agree with me, that's fine.
He's unwilling to have a conversation without calling names.
Dude, if
you're going to defend the bullshit that's
when
going
you
on,
use ad hominems, you lose, brother.
It's a
no, I don't. I'm winning. You motherfuckers watch every video I make. You fucking make videos with my name in it. You tag me all fucking day long. Don't tell me it ain't working. I'm up your ass and I'm staying in your ass.
No, it's actually fun is what it is.
No, you guys are going to find out how fucking fun it is.
You at this point are entertainment, brother.
First of all, your pupils look like fucking pins, dog. Your eyes boat gas.
Well, I just had cataract surgery in both eyes.
Fuck you, man.
I just had cataract surgery in both eyes.
He's just
Thanks to chemo.
Wow.
Thanks to chemo, I had cataract surgery in both fucking eyes.
Well, since that's brought up, I would love to hear your proof that Adam's on. That fucking Ryan's on drugs. Where is your proof?
Yo, turn
other
on
than
your
assumption.
bitch.
I'll show you some screenshots.
You don't
assumption.
know what's going on. You do not know what they got going on. You don't live inside that house.
You're assuming shit, brother, and calling it back. You're no better than him.
Ryan's independent, can do anything he wants.
So, okay.
So for this old fuck to be
so what you guys are saying is that Ryan was of sound mind.
Y'all motherfuckers
stop. Just hold on. I'll answer your question. You ask me a question. You say I won't give you respect. I won't talk to you. I'm gonna answer your question.
No, you fucking hang
now,
up.
if you interrupt me, I'm just gonna put you out.
All right, talk, man.
Do you guys think Ryan Upchurch was of sound mind when he was trying to decipher the mathematical equation of a triangle so he could look for a clue to see if Ellen DeGeneres' girlfriend was really a girl named Callie, not really Collie, that was 30 years old because Callie was fake and her parents faked it for their GoFundMe money, and Icken Mel and Xana May and Ronnie Jones went to California and hurt this child, and then Xana May came back and scuba dived down to the car on a Yamaha scuba bike? Do you think he was of sound mind when he said that shit?
I do. You know why?
Are you missing the fact that he already said that he believed she was real? That he retracted that? Are you missing that somewhere?
He was tripping and said it to begin with. Sweat running down his fucking face, going, oh, the links. I don't understand the links.
Okay, listen. This is, you know what? We're getting nowhere, so I'm just going to end this with this.
Well, yeah. If you're going to defend it, you'll get nowhere with me.
I personally
There's no
think.
defending it. It's separate. It's eerie.
Listen, can I finish my final thought? You can finish yours.
Sure, go ahead.
Here's my personal opinion. You are still hurting because you lost the son.
No, I'm not. This got nothing
You're
to
not
do with my
hurting?
child. Not a goddamn thing.
Are
It's
you
got to
telling
do
your-
with a
are
fucking
you
bully.
telling-
It's got to do with a bully and a bunch of crackheads
I think maybe
attacking
you're
these
using
fine
drugs.
people.
You talk about drugs so much, I believe you may be on them.
Well, good for you. Congratulations. You're entitled to that opinion.
Oh, I'm glad that finally somebody is allowed to be entitled to something.
Mathematical equations and thinking a girl was really a girl named Callie and Ellen DeGeneres' girlfriend did it.
Oh my God!
You won't see me saying that.
Wait a minute.
You won't see
I
me
solved
saying
an
three
equation
YouTubers
today.
went to California and hurt a child. You won't see me attacking some innocent family of refugees.
I solved a problem today in a big circle. It wasn't even a triangle. It was a circle. And it all leads back to you being
That's
a fanboy that's
standard
hurt.
mathematical equation for a triangle. I learned it in the 4th grade.
So
it all circles back to
conversation's
you
crazy.
want Ryan's attention. Simple as that. And he's not giving it to you. And the more you rant, it
Facts.
hurts your feelings.
Facts.
There you go.
Facts.
Them are facts.
If
Because
I
he don't
wanted
give
Ryan's
a fuck
attention,
about
if I
your
wanted Ryan's
opinion.
attention, I could get Ryan's attention by sucking his ball sack.
You
Then
already
he would invite me on his podcast to sit there and suck his ball sack while I pretend this
Exactly.
fucking nightmare is real.
You know what I think's funny is I'm not even a Ryan Upchurch fan. I have a big problem with you fucking putting the other artists fucking into it because you're in your feelings.
Myself in it.
Dude,
I'm
people
going
are
home with a
profiting
You're in your
off of
feelings, you
agreeing
old
with you.
I
bastard.
cannot believe he has not
Oh,
booted
God.
you yet.
thank you.
Well, because he was being civil. Now he just called him a
This
name.
guy
I'd
don't
boot
know
him
how to
now.
use software.
He just called you a
Okay.
little bastard. Boot him now.
Yes, I did. And I live
Yeah, that's
fucking
rude,
50
guy.
miles away from you.
Like,
I live right in
that's
Youngstown.
gay
If you
to
got a
boot
problem
people.
with me, we could meet up, old man. I'm 53,
Oh,
you're
shut up, you
63. I'll
bald
smack
bitch.
you.
Shut the
Oh,
fuck
I'll
up.
smack
Won't
you.
even open
really?
up the
Cry like
camera.
a girl.
Violence now?
You cry like a girl.
No, he
So
don't.
mature.
Where he lives, he tells everybody everything. Come to me. Come to my house. The
Yeah,
cops-
come on. Come on over.
Dog.
Come on over.
Man, you're
I'm
coming.
concealed carry. My wife's concealed carry. My neighbor's concealed carry. The guy across the street's concealed carry. The guy that rents my house is a retired deputy sheriff, and we have a lot of sports rifles. Come on.
Man,
Come on.
you got a lot of issues, dog.
Come
And it's all
on.
about your son.
Big fucking hard ass. Come
Hey,
on.
if anyone tries to
Picking
fucking
on a
touch
girl.
that, we're getting
Picking on a girl
Psycho.
and a family of refugees
Psycho.
that barely
You were,
speak English.
you were picking
Picking
on a girl
on a
last
girl.
night. You,
Picking on
you
a
pick on
girl and
girls
a
all the
Hey,
time.
hey.
You pick on girls all the time, bro.
You ain't never seen me
That's
do
all.
that.
That,
You ain't never
yeah, I
seen me
did
do it.
last night.
You ain't never seen me do it.
Last night you picked on the girl and you cut me off
She was
because I
in here
took
to
up
suck
for her.
on Ryan Upchurch's nutsack.
You don't have to. That's her opinion of
Oh
what. You're
my
going to cut me
God.
off now. You're going to cut me off because I agree with not you. But
Hey, you can
I
disagree.
think everybody's.
You'll be respectful when you do it.
You're doing
You're
exactly what
echoing,
you're
though.
preaching against. You're
Have you ever-
preaching against this,
Hey,
and
are
then
you
you're doing
people
it.
watching?
You're doing it to
Have you
Ryan's
ever
mom.
seen
You're
a
doing it to
bigger set of
anybody but
sissies
Zanamite.
in your life?
Psycho.
Look at these
I'm
sissies.
talking to you, sir.
I hear you. Go ahead.
You're echoing.
You
can't
must have
really
voted
hear
for
you.
Joe Biden.
Exactly. And if somebody don't know how to use software because they're crack squad, they got an IQ of 2.
Yeah.
Well, I graduated with
Okay,
a 3.89. I own my
Here,
own
I
house.
can
I
talk
own
calmly,
5-bedroom
guys.
house.
Guys, hello.
If
Hello,
you
echo.
believe
Stop.
Ryan
Good for
Upchurch's
you,
fairy
guy.
tale,
Good for you.
if you
all
believe in
do.
Ryan Upchurch's fairy tale, that
And I
this
do know
girl in
drugs.
the military did something to that child, you got an IQ of 2.
He's a really
Well, you're disrespecting a veteran right now. So
bad.
If you're not a veteran, if you're willing to be down with what's been done to this fine woman, a 2-time war vet with a
So
bachelor's
why is
fucking
she-
degree,
why-
a
why
small
is she the
business,
only
and a
veteran that
full-time job
matters?
working at Nassau, who never even knew Ryan Upchurch existed till he attacked her.
well, you're
Sir,
attacking me, and you attacked old lady last night.
If you want to defend that shit, you're my enemy, and I will attack you every day.
Well, I'm a veteran, so
All right.
Good.
So
Doesn't matter.
I appreciate your service there. I really appreciate that. So I do want to talk to you about why do you think that it's okay for Ryan to do it, but not?
I don't even care.
I don't think
I'm
it's
talking
okay
to you
for
very
anybody to
calmly,
do it.
and I want to know.
What the
This
hell is
guy,
going on?
he's got to go. Fix your software,
screaming?
back, dude. You can't.
Yo, I just want to say this isn't a software. It's a fuck.
What?
Okay, everybody, I want you to pay attention to me. Listen.
I'll fix it.
Listen.
I'll fix it. It's all right.
You cannot have any tabs open while joining a live podcast. You cannot have any speakers on when joining a live podcast, and I don't care whose podcast it is. There's a way you have to do it, and the way you have to do it is you have one tab open and headphones on. No speakers, no tabs open. And if you guys are such crackheads, you can't figure that out, you can't be on.
All right, hold that thought.
Hold that thought. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we only got 400 people listening. So nobody
Right?
knows what I got to say.
All right,
We're growing. We're coming on at 10 at a time.
I'm gonna end it with this.
So, Psycho, I want to ask you one honest question.
Wait,
What
can you
does
let the other guy
Christ,
talk
let
for
the
5
other guy
seconds?
go.
Let him talk.
What does
He's gonna leave in a minute.
arguing got to do with Kylie?
Not a damn thing.
I'm not talking about Kylie. I'm talking about Zanime
So,
X and her refugee family being bullied by Crack Squad and Ryan Upchurch.
Let's go with the on this one. Have you made
Why
any
is it
money
so
off
hard?
that?
I keep telling you guys what my message is every day. This is how dumb you are. My message hasn't changed from day one.
Calling people names,
You still
man.
haven't figured it out. You haven't figured it out
that
yet.
mix.
Guys are mad over some
Explain
fucking name
the
calling.
message with the little girl.
I'm not talking about her.
Explain this to me, because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm not talking
He
about her.
just wanted to bash Ryan until Ryan apologizes. That's all. He
And
just
I'm
wants to
going to
bash
spank
him
every
and all
Crack
his
Squad
friends.
member on their ass.
Or anybody who
on this one.
listens to Ryan and claims Creek Squad. You know, I live in a tiny town, right? I live in a tiny town. We are like half of the guys here consider themselves Creek Squad. Nothing to do with even Ryan's music, and you're calling everybody Crack Squad. It's really, really disrespectful.
I'm not calling everybody Crack Squad. Only the people that believe in Ryan's drug-induced
Man,
fairy tale.
you know,
If you believe in
you
Ryan's
know what the
drug-induced fairy
translation of
tale,
that
you're
is.
Crack Squad. If you don't believe in Ryan's drug-induced fairy tale, you're Creek Squad. Creek Squad don't treat women the way this Zanime is being treated. Creek Squad doesn't slander fucking innocent people. Creek Squad doesn't attack refugee families. Creek Squad doesn't troll people. Creek Squad doesn't do that shit. Only crackheads do that shit.
Well,
Okay,
as
I got
soon
a
as
question.
somebody disagrees with you, you call them Crack Squad. So I've never done
If
crack
you are
in my
going to
life.
defend Ryan
Nobody's gonna
Upchurch's
understand
fairy
it.
tale,
Nobody understands.
you're Crack Squad.
Nobody
Period.
gets
What is
it.
it?
I guess
What
I'm Crack Squad then.
do you mean?
I'm Crack
defending?
Squad, I guess.
You're just dumb.
Please explain when you mean defending.
3.89 is not that dumb.
If you
I
believe
graduated
three YouTubers from California to harm this child, you're a
cum
dumb,
laude.
dumb son of a bitch. Just dumber than shit.
Do you know what summa cum laude is?
I don't care. Hey, do you know what tacos and beef is?
I definitely
You know
do.
what
I'm
hamburgers and ketchup
350
is?
pounds. I'm
You
350
mean
pounds.
something
So yeah, I
irrelevant,
do.
dude?
I
It's
love
irrelevant.
tacos and beef. Yum, yum.
We're talking about a fairy tale of where a very decorated two-time war veteran works as a full-time job at NASA, owns a small business, and just got a refugee family out of Ukraine going to California to harm a child. Because Ryan Upchurch said so. We're not talking about nothing else. We're not talking about Kylie. We're not talking about how smart you are. We're not talking about how good you can fight. We're not talking about none of that.
I didn't say anything.
He getting
but
riled up because of me.
All I said
because of me
was I'm 350.
I've been riled up for a month, and I'm just getting
You
warmed
should
up.
probably
Haven't even
take a
started yet.
Klonopin or something.
You see what I got in the pipeline. I got so much shit in the pipeline.
I'll
it'll
take
make
your
your
dish
head
all
spin.
day. I'll take your dish all day. I'll go all hours with you.
Good. Yeah, you're welcome to come on anytime
Oh,
you want to
that's
make an ass out of
No,
yourself.
How
I
about
cannot
this
believe
one?
he hasn't cut you off yet. He cuts everybody off. So
Oh,
if they make
If
him
you
too much
believe
trouble,
in Ryan
The only way he's
Upchurch's
gonna
fairy tale, I don't have a
the
lick
only
of
way this
respect for
man
you. You're just
ever
dirt.
he kicks me
dude, you
off
had
the
his whole entire
the
penis
panel.
down your
If
throat
he does that,
for the
it doesn't mean
last
he's not a
2
man.
years.
He want to have a debate. That's
There's
why
nothing
I'm
to
coming
debate.
up on here and looking at this like.
And now there's a problem with
I
Adam
heard
and
you
Jelly.
big
Like Jelly, you have no clue
I
about
don't
Jelly. So you
care
should
what
really
Adam's
keep Jelly
beef
out
is
your
with
mouth.
anybody. It has
But
nothing to
then
do
you take
with
up
Ryan
for people like
Upchurch
Cashville.
retaliating against fucking Cashville to get at me. It's
On
a
the
chicken
far-
shit
Cashville's a
move.
piece of shit.
It's fucking coward.
Cashville's a piece
Fucking
of shit. He has
sissy.
been. Ask anybody in music. Cashville's a piece of shit. He always has been.
I don't
He
care.
gets over on anybody he can.
I don't care.
So he
I don't care.
deserves to
I
have
don't
anything
care.
done to
I
him.
don't care.
He's
I don't
lucky he's
care.
still,
Then what
Don't
do
he's
care.
you
lucky
Don't
he's
care.
still
Don't care.
alive.
Don't care. Don't care.
The boy's
I
lucky
don't
he's still
care.
alive.
Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. It does not matter to me. If he was owed the goddamn money, he was owed the money, whether he's the nicest guy in the world or whether he's the
The
biggest
bitch
piece of
owes
shit.
everybody under
If
the
I hired
sun
you to come
money.
and paint my fucking house and you got done painting my house, I don't get to say, hey, so-and-so don't like you, so I ain't paying you. It don't work that
Cashville
way.
don't pay people that he owes after they give him the services.
Too
After
bad. That's between him and them.
Well, that's between him and
wait,
Ryan.
hold
What
on
the
to
fuck
that
does Adam
hypocritical
do?
statement that you just
What
What
said.
business is it yours?
If that's
So why don't you?
them,
It ain't your
what the
business.
fuck are you
It is my business.
about what people are doing? That's
Hold on,
not
is
your
Big Boy-
business.
It is.
Big boy in the
It is
middle.
my business.
Big boy in the middle. Come on.
It is my business.
No, it
Totally
isn't.
my business. Look
No,
at
it
these
isn't.
little sissies afraid to show
It
their
is
face
not-
like little faggots.
It's none of your
Little
business,
sissy
bro.
bitches. Little sissy boys.
One
Little sissy
person have
boys.
a conversation.
Little
Get out of
birdie
coffee.
sissy boys.
Adult conversation. See, I'm not like you. Why don't you show
Why
your
don't
face
you have
right now?
Cashville on
Let's
here?
get a
Where's
general
Cashville
consensus
at?
from the audience of what sissies you guys are.
This was your a second ago.
What you should do is get
Oker
Cashville
thinks
in
you're a
here.
sissy. Oker Duker thinks you're
I
a
know-
sissy. Let's see.
I don't care who thinks I'm a
Katie
sissy.
thinks you're a sissy.
But I just said,
Why
why
don't you
meet
have
me up
Cashville come in here? Why don't
John
you have
thinks you're a
Cashville come in on
sissy.
sissy?
Girl,
Why don't
if
you
you
have
think you're
Cashville?
Sissy.
because it sounds like you're having a trigger.
Mona thinks
Tell-
you're a sissy.
Tell Cashville to hit
I
up
don't care
his
about
mouth.
those people. I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you.
Go
What
ahead.
you
Bro,
made
you
up.
got
Tell
three
us the
fucking
fairy
chins,
tale.
bro.
Tell
Calm
us the
down.
fairy tale how 3 YouTubers went to California and hurt this child. I want to hear it. You have
Oh
the
my
floor. I
God,
won't
bro.
interrupt you.
That has nothing to do with me. My situation is you.
Tell the story.
My situation is you.
Tell the story.
You know what I wrote about you
What
for
did
the past
Zanime
month?
do? What did Ekmel do? And what did Ronnie do? Tell the story.
And then you're controlling Ryan at the same time, and then other things. So how about this? Since you like to troll and I like to troll, let's see
I
how
don't
long we
like
keep
to
on
troll.
trolling.
I don't like to
Oh,
troll.
I troll all
That ain't my
day.
thing.
It's a lot worse than
This
this.
guy's hilarious.
Way
You look like
worse
you're
than
this.
a
He's been my
typical
thing.
internet
He's
troll.
been the most attention he's got in the 60 years he's been on this earth, so he's not going to give it up. He found a
Oh,
niche.
it's not a
No,
it's
every
not
day.
attention.
Gonna do
It's
it
not
every
attention.
day till Ryan
You know-
Upchurch apologizes.
You're probably have a smile on his face if he hears this.
Well,
He's
I don't know how
narcissistic.
you talk about his mom and how awful looking his mom
His
is.
mom's
If
fucking
you're going to
rich,
talk
so she
bad
went
about women,
online
you see your
and
got
wife.
a lot of
started
trolls
slandering
tonight.
Zanime too.
This is crazy.
If you,
His mom's a
you
fucking
talk
bitch
bad
because she
about
went online and
about
started
the
slandering
mole on you.
Zanime too.
You
Look
talk
at
bad
that.
because
Look at
Ryan's mom has a mole that had came at birth. You talk about
I
that,
never
but
said
like, I
anything
mean,
about her mole. Never said one
yeah,
word
you
about
did. You
it.
said she was going to give herpes to everybody and everything else from the mole on
No,
her
I
face
didn't.
last night.
Never said
Yes,
that.
you did. Yes, you
Oh,
did.
no. You're a womanizer, boy.
Go back.
You understand
Sir,
me?
do you have
Go
proof
back
that
to-
Ryan's using drugs? Do you have proof of this?
Hey, Psychobabble.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I talk, please?
Yeah, I had to put them guys out. They won't let anybody else talk.
You and I are about the same age.
Go ahead.
Let me make sure Facebook is. You there?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. The reason that I wanted to talk to you because you and I are about, you're a little older than me. And I'm trying to get this off.
This guy's still ranting. He doesn't know he's been put out. His
Hey,
mouth's going 100 miles an hour down here in the fucking bottom. And nobody can hear him. It's still hilarious. Go ahead.
Psychobabble, you and I are about the same. I understand what you're saying. I stand by church. I know why you stand by church, because your son, you're looking at these people and they're encouraging. Well, let me get my opinion.
Psycho, quit interrupting everybody, Psycho. Quit. Let her talk. Let her talk.
Support you too, also, if you would listen.
Hold on. One thing. What you're saying is you support Ryan Upchurch accusing Zanime of hurting this child. Yes or no? Just yes or no.
Are we good to go now? Hello? Hello?
What is this dude doing with the fucking...
What a simple question. Do you believe that this 2-time war veteran, full-time NASA employee with a bachelor's degree in investigation and her refugee family from Ukraine done something to this child? Yes or no?
I don't think she's there anymore.
She's just ignoring you.
She's listening. She can't answer the question because she's too afraid Ryan won't like her anymore. So I'm sorry, you got to go, man. There's just nothing you got to say that I want to hear. Goodbye.
Oh, okay.
Next.
That's so much better.
Next.
You know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for a crack squatter that converts to the Creek Squad.
Next.
I'll answer that question for you, sir.
Oh, here we go.
I'll answer that for you. I do not believe that. Do I believe he was wrong? Yes. Do I believe that you're going about this the wrong way, involving other people that did not ask to be involved in it?
Crack Squad is worried about involving other people?
Yes, you are. You're now slandering
What did
people.
Zanime's mother do? What
You
did
were
Zanime's
slandering
niece do?
people yourself.
What did Zanime's aunt do?
Are
What
you
did Zanime's
slandering
co-workers
people?
do? What did they do?
They did nothing. I already told you that.
Why are there memes all over the internet about them? Why is a picture of Zanime's cars all over the internet?
I'm not
Why is there a
defending
meme of
that,
Zanime's
sir.
mother laughing because she came on here and begged them to stop?
See, you're stuck. I'm not defending that. I'm asking
telling
you
you
a
facts.
question.
There's facts.
You have resorted to
fact.
slandering people.
No, I only slander Crack Squad. They need
No,
slander.
you slandered people.
Did he forget that Zen's going to sue Ryan? Like, are you really that?
And just to be honest, not everybody that served in the military are good people. That don't make you a good person.
Didn't say that. Never implied that. We're talking about Zanime. We're not talking about somebody else.
As a matter of fact, how many people in the military go there because they're in trouble?
Veteran that just got her refugee family out of Ukraine, never knew Ryan Upchurch existed, and now her life's been fucking wrecked.
I think that you know
she
what's
inserted
wrecking
herself. She came
You
on YouTube.
are-
You got to have
She
skin.
can't defend herself.
Watching this.
I'm doing it
Sir,
for her.
Here we go.
The only person
this
giving
guy
breath
really
to this
doesn't
is
get
you.
You.
Then why
if
did
If you
you
would
call?
shut up,
admit
this would have
that I
went away a
troll
week
every-
ago.
I
If you
can't
would be
even.
quiet,
What? That's all. I mean, it's ridiculous.
What can
You know,
you do?
these people really need to understand what is
I
the
can't
probable
even.
scenario and what is the outlandish
They say the
scenario.
same thing every time they come on. I heard you loud and clear. You're not calling them all Crack Squad. Only the ones that support Ryan's narrative. The rest of them could be called Creek Squad.
Zanime and her family.
It's so
They're scum.
obvious, and they keep
They're just
coming
scum.
up with the same thing. I can't even.
Every night we
Zanime,
stream.
here's
it's like
what I
the
hear
same
from
shit.
Crack Squad. This is what I hear coming out of Crack Squad's mouth. Well, if that woman didn't want to be raped, she shouldn't have been wearing that dress and makeup.
Yeah, that's exactly
basically
what they're saying.
Because Zanime dared go on a true crime podcast like everybody else and say, "Hi, my name's Zanime. I have a video of my vacation there."
Right. That's all. That's all that she did. That's it.
That's what she's guilty of.
And I've been there from the beginning when she was on
Now,
initially.
you guys, Crack Squad, you're going to be given one
that it's been
opportunity to come on and say, "Yes, I believe what Ryan said about Zanime." No, I don't.
Somebody's
So I was
background is
never part of
terrible.
the Freak Squad, my friend. I was literally supporting you, and you kicked me out. So I never was. And I was trying to
Whoever
talk
has
to
that
people
pink
part of
icon
the
is
Freak Squad,
got a background.
and you guys talked over me, so I couldn't get my chance to talk.
Go ahead.
Sorry, say that again.
You got the floor now.
All right, cool. So I wanted to ask the Freak Squad actually, if we have any of them up here, I would actually ask them questions. At the end of the day. So if there's any of them up here, I'd like to talk to them.
Go ahead. What was that?
Are you part of the Freak Squad?
Yeah. I mean.
Okay, cool. So I want to know. So do you guys see? I see where Psycho's coming from. This at the end of the day, he goes, "Hey, what he, Zanime and all that stuff. She's actually, a war veteran. That's a lot of respect I have for her, and the fact that everybody's kind of supporting Ryan, and bashing Psycho when people should be bashing Ryan, or at least helping him, say, hey, this isn't right. But instead, we're not doing that. We're hitting Psycho instead of saying, hey, Ryan, this isn't right, guys. This isn't right.
Listen,
so,
Ryan's the team leader. We stand behind him, whatever. If he's right, if he's wrong. If he's wrong, I'm sure he will come out and.
So it's a cult.
No, that doesn't.
Now, see, sir,
You can't have that narrative.
I have a whole different.
I was talking to him. I was actually. It's okay to talk.
Human. See, he said it all, right there.
Hold on, wait a minute. I have a whole different
perspective. No matter what he does,
my only team leader is me.
We're with him.
See, I don't agree with him whatsoever.
Would you hug his nutsack if he raped your mom?
Listen, I don't agree with that man at all. My only team member is me. Ryan, nor any human being controls what I do. I'm a free thinker. That's just the way it is. I've already stated to you that I believe that what he is doing is wrong. I do. But here's my take on it, and I please wish that you would just let me finish.
I heard you the first time. Why am I bringing somebody else
into it? No, you don't. You keep putting me in timeout.
That's exactly what you're going to say. Why are you bringing someone else into it?
This is what I'm going to say. I want to make a suggestion to you.
I don't need any help.
If you're really, hold on. If you're really concerned, invested in this
I'm concerned.
For Zanime, hold on. See, this is your problem. You won't let people speak. You want to speak over.
I'm just confirming what you're saying. Go ahead.
No, hold on. You're very invested in anime. Okay, good. I'm glad. That's
in anybody that's being bullied.
See, you won't let me finish.
No. Anyone that's being bullied, not just Zanime.
Okay,
anyone.
Fine. Anyone. Okay. Here's my suggestion to you. And you could take it. You could tell me, fuck off. You can call me names. You could do what you want.
If you support Ryan's lie, I will.
I'm not supporting anybody. I support me. I've already stated that. But if you truly want her to get the justice she deserves, at this point, the only narrative that's keeping this alive is you. You could be doing all these things, helping her to get her justice behind the scenes.
So reasonable. Crack Squad's so reasonable, you can be polite with them.
Wait a minute. You don't even have to be doing this online. You could be behind the scenes helping this woman, sue him, do whatever you want. The reason you're not doing that is because you're trying to get...
Your IQ doesn't rise to the level to even have an opinion. I'm sorry.
What happened to the one guy that said he was part of the Freak Squad and that was his leader? I was going to talk to him about it. Because I can't control them at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I can't. You can't tell people I cannot say, "Hey, you cannot do that." That's just not. I don't believe in that. So I wanted to talk to him about that.
Go ahead. Go ahead. He'll hear you. Tell him what you want to tell him.
Where's he at? I can't see him. Hello.
He's listening.
I think he's in the waiting area.
You can say it without being interrupted, and then I'll bring him on to respond to you.
Oh,
but he's listening.
Okay, cool. So, like I said about the Zanime, so she's, she has proof right? This is a Purple Heart veteran. That is amazing. Like that fangirling over this girl, 100%. So call me a beta, whatever you want to call me to insult me. But I think that's amazing. I want to know, so does that mean, is it because of Ryan's like level of popularity is why you guys follow him, or what makes you guys follow him so dedicatedly at the end of the day? That's what I want to know.
They want his attention. I can answer it for him. Okay. They're all the same. I've dealt with this so many times. They think that Ryan is watching them, and all the people that defend him are going to get invited to a big party at his house. That's what this is all about. That's why none of them will say nothing bad.
So you're telling me that this whole cult
It's
is
shallow.
for a
It's
party.
just shallow fandom. Yeah.
Just a party. There's not like no monetary gain or anything,
Nope,
or is there something?
Nope. That's it in a nutshell. Yep.
You know,
That's
his
what they
fan base
believe.
is super scary. If he told one of them to go kill somebody, they'd do it.
They'd do it. They'd fucking do it.
He's like Charlie Manson. He is definitely the modern day Charles.
Nobody believes that Star Hunter is still on this thing. You know, had this troll following me all day, like saying, "I want to come to your house. What's your address? I want to come to your house with your address. I'm 16. I'm a 16-year-old girl. I want to come to your house." And I said, "Well, hurry up. My Viagra's about to run out." And they actually think it was a 16-year-old girl and not just a fucking troll. And he thinks he's going to like virtue signal off that comment. Also, I'll just repeat it again. If any of you trolls that are pretending to be a 16-year-old girl want to come to my house, let me know ahead of time. I'll pop a couple Viagra for you. Okay? So just to be clear. So there, Star Hunter, you don't have to repeat it anymore. Everybody heard it. Y'all good now? Now, I'll bring on Crack Squad one at a time.
Yeah, I'd love to talk to him.
When
Like
you
actually
come
talk to
on,
him
the
with
first thing that
video
has to come out of your mouth is yes. Ryan Upchurch is right. No, Ryan Upchurch lied. That's the only two things you're allowed to say before you start talking. Go ahead.
No,
Ryan Upchurch lied.
Can I hear your side of the question I asked? I'd love to hear your side.
You're a human being.
No, the minute I've been a Ryan Upchurch fan for years.
Right.
The minute it started for me when he said Kylie was fake, wasn't real. And to me, immediately I thought, what would happen if her family heard that? How would they feel?
They did hear it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure they did. And
ain't no question they did. They got a lawyer.
And I'm Psycho, I'm like you. I'd never would imagined he would have said something like that. As long as I've been following him and watching his stuff, listening to his music, I've never met him, never been to a concert, but followed him really closely. And I could have never imagined that he would say a 16-year-old dead girl wasn't real and that her parents were crisis actors. And then, like you said, attack Zename without a shred, not one shred of evidence was ever given.
What's even more disturbing is the way they attack anybody that defends anime.
Oh yeah.
If you dare defend anime, they attack you too.
Absolutely. I've been raked over the coals in their comments, and I was just seriously asking for real evidence to prove what he's talking about, and I got raked over the coals for it.
Psycho, do we have anybody that's actually like, obviously this guy, has his stance. Do you have anybody that's like only for Ryan, nobody else kind of thing? I wanted to talk to them.
I'll let a few of them come on. They can try again.
Okay.
So, you told me you don't believe it. You don't have to repeat yourself. Yes. Mr. B here. Do you think Ryan Upchurch was full of shit when he said Zanime went and hurt this child? Yes or no?
Why, no, he was wrong. I do know that.
I ain't talking to you. You already said with that once.
Okay, well, actually, you put me in timeout, and I was supposed to answer this man's question.
There's more here than you. We're not talking to you right now. MHM. Do you believe Zanime did something to this child because Ryan Upchurch said so? Yes, no. Well, all right. Yeah, I guess you just got to go. WB. Do you believe?
Hey, what's up?
Do you believe Zanime did something to this child Because Ryan Upchurch said so.
No.
Yes or no?
No,
So Ryan
that's
Upchurch
never
full of shit, right? Ryan Upchurch
on
was full
that.
of shit when he said all that stuff, right?
In that aspect.
God damn,
When
there's
it co-
hope here. Okay, go ahead. I want to hear what you got to say. Talk.
I'll talk in a minute.
It's okay. Ryan don't know who you are anyway. He won't care if you don't like him or not. It's fine.
Bro,
there's never going to be a party.
No, listen.
There's never
Listen.
going to be a
I'm
party
not.
at his house. It's never going to happen.
You don't have to insinuate I'm a fanboy because I'm definitely not that.
That's
I've
awesome.
I've worked I've worked in the music industry for almost 25 years. I've met from Do or
How you
Die
like
to
that
Lil
bass
Wayne.
player from McGuffey Lane? Isn't that bass player from McGuffey Lane just special?
What is it?
The bass player from McGuffey Lane. One of
I
the
don't
best
know
bass
who-
players I've ever heard, man.
I don't know who he is. I've hung out with Lil Wayne before, Eminem, people like that. So it's not like a big. I'm not like over here like jizzing in my pants.
He's cool, bro. He's so lit.
No, I'm just saying like
Psychobabble. You kicked the
I'm not
wrong guy
fan-
out.
I'm not fanboying for Ryan.
The
for
guy with the
more than
B,
that.
yeah, he's the yeah.
I'm sorry, dude. I hit the wrong one.
You're good, buddy.
I'm sorry. I hit the wrong one, dude.
You're good. So, is this the guy, Creek Squatter, like Pooley?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, you know, I'm not going to raise my voice. I'm not going to do any of that. No insulting here. I'm going to talk to you about it. So, what makes you believe that Zanime is guilty?
I can't get that answer, you know.
Who
I've asked
are
that
you?
for a month
Who are you
now. I said,
directing
what did
that to?
anime do? This has been
Whoever
my
is
repeated
only for
question.
Ryan. That's all I want to. I'm trying to
Well,
talk
then
to.
I guess I'm out of that conversation because I'm not here for anybody. I'm here to have a conversation. I'm
Yeah,
not
that's what
pro
I'm trying to do,
Ryan.
but everybody's talking over people and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to
Yes,
talk to them.
it's a big problem on this, and you get interrupted a lot, and it becomes very, very annoying. I'm here to have an intelligent conversation. I'm not here to be attacked, called crack squad, or any of that stuff. I am willing to have an intelligent conversation, but I refuse when you start using ad hominems. You've lost the
But let me say
conversation.
this to you. If you're not one of the people that's attacking Zanime and attacking her family, then I'm not talking to you. It doesn't affect you. It's not about you. If you're not one of those people, I'm not talking to you when I say crack squad. Crack
But
squad is the people who are doing that.
Okay,
If
but
you're
you
not
do
doing that,
understand
you're not one of them.
you have inserted other people
Who?
because they had an opinion.
Who?
Okay, you have a big problem with Johnny Cashville in this whole situation,
I don't
correct?
have a big problem with him at all. Johnny Cashville.
No, not him. No, not him. You have a problem with the way this shit went down with Ryan.
Because he's the
correct?
retaliation against me.
I don't believe
I saw
so.
a comment. I saw a comment in the chat. Actually, there was I think it was another veteran that showed her actual paperwork where she was a Purple
He
Heart
did, yeah,
recipient.
a whole podcast last
So,
night. That wasn't good enough either.
you're wrong about that, buddy. I'm sorry to say that.
Okay, let me explain something to you, Psycho, that maybe you may not want to believe. Maybe you think I'm full of shit or whatever. Have you ever heard the term of this is the cherry on the top of it all? This shit with Cashville's been going on with many
Hold on,
artists.
whoa, stop. I'm gonna stop
Yes,
you.
it is.
Let me stop you, and I'm going to address that because I know exactly what you're going to say again. You
Go
already
ahead.
said it once. Listen to me. If Johnny Cashville wasn't owed royalties and there was some reason why he shouldn't be getting those royalties, why would it go fine up until the day he defended Zanime?
That I can't answer.
That's the day karma bit him in the
I can't
ass.
answer it. I can't
That's
answer
the
it.
day karma
It was
bit him in the
fucking
ass.
retaliation against me.
You
And
think
it was
you have
going
it
down
was-
and fucking dirty.
I
It
don't
was
think you're that
God.
important, sir.
God did it and gave him. That was his day for his karma to bite him in the ass.
Why?
It was
He didn't
God.
do anything. He never opened his mouth about Upchurch.
He's
He never said
horrible
one
to
negative
everyone
word
in the
about
entire
fucking
world.
guy.
Johnny Cashville's a bad person. He doesn't uplift
He's been
anybody.
running around
He
the
steals
six-month
from
fucking
everybody.
everybody for
And
years.
paying royalties.
He steals
He's
from
been running
everyone.
around the 615 fucking people for years,
Maybe
brother.
Ryan can give the money that he's getting from it. Maybe he can give it to the people that Johnny
Why
robbed.
did he pay it for 6 years?
So, Cycle, I
Who
think
cares?
guys, Psycho, I think what you're
Because
trying to say is
it was God's will for this to be the day that Johnny got
what he got deserved. This shit should have happened years ago. He's been fucking people in the 615 for years.
Goodbye.
How can you say he's not on Ryan Upchurch's
Psycho, I think they're trying to say that, like,
These
from their
fucking
point,
shit human beings that wallow in shit.
from their point of view, is they're saying, like, why
Go
do
ahead
this?
and
They think
boot
you're
him
doing
out
it for
here,
attention. So
Tennessee.
they're like, why are you doing this? If eventually if he is wrong, he'll just get sued up the booty hole. So, like, why do you keep doing it is basically what they're trying to ask.
It's like the guy wants to sit there and repeat himself. I'm going to say it again. If I hire you to paint my house, and you come and paint my fucking house, do I get to say, well, I talked to somebody the other day you owe money to, so I ain't paying you? Does it work that fucking way, you dumb fucks? Does it? When did it ever start working that way?
I don't know.
It's just ridiculous.
It's a whole new thing.
He paid
A new
them
generation.
royalties. He paid those royalties that were owed, obviously, or he would have never paid them, for 6 long years, until the day Johnny Cashville modded on my goddamn podcast saying what's being done to Zanime is wrong. And it was a goddamn sure enough a retaliation against me, and any notion that it wasn't is just chicken shit stupidity. And I ain't going to have it.
So, Psycho, what do you think is going to happen at the end of this? Do you think he's just going to say sorry and it's going to be the end of it? Or what
He's
do you
going
think
to
is the end of it?
apologize, or I'm going to fucking drag him every day. Non-stop.
I got something I would like to say. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
Yep.
I don't know the age of all of the people on the panel, but look back at what happened in Waco and David Koresh. A charismatic personality, which Ryan has. Now take that personality and add it to the new age with social media that we have. It adds a new element of danger. It is obvious that there are people in Creek Squad that will do whatever he suggests. And this is really exactly it's dangerous. It's dangerous on a lot of levels. And this is exactly what he is. Ryan is exactly what the government is looking for to make an example out of right-wing extremists. He fits the mold. He's got to realize, I don't think he's actually capable of realizing it with his personality. And I saw this in him long before the Kylie Rodney thing ever came to light. I saw this back years ago. I was a fan, and I was seeing these traits coming out in the way that people follow him blindly, like he's a shepherd and their sheep. Is just it's scary.
It is, and Ryan knows that there is about a 10% of his fan base that aren't playing with a full deck.
Exactly.
When you're dealing with people that cannot recognize blatant sarcasm, blatant parody, blatant comedy. I mean, I make a parody that has references to Scooby-Doo and renting bodies from the morgue. And these people thought I was serious.
Oh, it's totally unbelievable. And the same type of people that you see in these cults like Waco are the same, a lot, not all, but a lot of them are the same type of people that you see in Creek Squad that are emotionally and mentally vulnerable. And when I say mentally, I don't mean mentally impaired, but as far as handicapped goes, but you know, they're vulnerable because of their living situation and you know, more of a poverty type thing. So they elevate to somebody who is a blue collar country guy, a hero, and it's a form of hero worship, and it's gotten to a dangerous level.
Yeah,
That's 100%.
I agree with you 100%.
Most intelligent thing said all night.
Yes.
Thank you,
Hey,
sir.
Psycho,
I'm gonna
can
go.
I say something real quick? And I've got to go. I got to
You
go to
bet.
work. I just want to say honestly, thank you for doing what you're doing. I know it's not easy seeing all these negative comments and stuff all the time because I read them too, and I think it's very honorable what you're doing. For a lady, you wouldn't have known in Zanime until you saw what Upchurch did, and the fact you're standing up for her. My hat's off to you. I want to extend my heart out to you, as my sister is currently in rehab, and I know what that's like, and I'm praying every day that she gets off the dope, and I can't imagine the struggles you've been through. And
Well, let me give you some advice on that.
Yes, sir.
You got to cut them off 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't even give them gas money or anything.
Yeah,
it hurts. It sucks, but that's what
Yeah.
you got to do. Hey, to the person that emailed wanting to call, I've responded with the phone number. Check your email. I'm going to put these two guys back in, Jordan Rutherford and Bill. Both of you guys have some serious background noise going on. See if you can tidy that up. And
Tidy up.
Go ahead.
All right, guys. Good night.
Thank
God
you.
bless.
Good night.
Appreciate it. Thanks, sir.
Good night, little bitty.
Sounds a lot better, guys.
Yeah.
It sounds superb.
We see your little graphic there. Does your mom know you're up?
What?
I mean,
I'm
is that
40
what-
years old.
Is that the whole point here, for us to see that graphic or something?
No.
You got something to say? Do you have
When
something
the
you want to
time-
say?
You're scared to show your face, son.
I'll chime in when there's something to chime in. I got it.
Cashville. So how do you know this guy? Because you seem to be riding his dick all week, dude.
That guy MHM just told me to tell you he said good night, Psychobabble.
Hey, thank you, man.
Like a
He
lot
had
of
to go.
saying he's shitty, right? And if a lot of people are saying, and not just Ryan, a lot of famous people, then someone.
So here we go again. So if I hire you to paint my house, when you're all done painting the house, if I can find some people that don't like you, I don't have to pay you no more?
Hey, Bible.
Still the paint, and you don't do a shitty job, right? If I still pay
He
you,
didn't do a shitty job. They're the best-selling records Ryan's got. He didn't do a shitty job painting, did he? They're the best-selling records Ryan has. He didn't do a shitty paint job, did he?
Past 6 years, fucking labels. Now he needs them. That money real bad. He can't get a job or do another one. That's crazy. If he's that good.
What are you talking
Like, you
about?
know,
You think
you're like, stick to what you know. Stop trying to involve yourself in stuff you know nothing.
Oh my God.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, Billy, I want you to be aware of something, okay? When I got up this morning and took a shit, more knowledge
was
about what's
burnt.
going on with this right now left my ass in shit fumes. Then you'll know if you start watching every video today. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm talking about. If I hire you to paint my house, I don't care how many people I find that don't like you. I still owe you for painting my goddamn house. Especially if you did such a bang-up job that it's the best-looking paint job on the block. The 3 albums that Johnny Cashville was on that he was getting royalties for are Ryan's best-selling work. It's nonsense. What you're saying is nonsense. He paid those royalties gladly, clear up until the day Johnny came on my podcast and defended Sanime. And any notion otherwise is just grounded in willful ignorance. You're just
No, it was
choosing
just-
to believe otherwise.
But
It was the day
what's
that
that got to
God
do with you?
chose to strike him with
What's that got
karma.
to do with me? I'm going to defend Zanime every single fucking day. Every day I'm going to jump up and down on Crack Squad's fucking neck and on
Zanime
Ryan
has
Upchurch's
nothing to do
fucking
with
neck until he
Johnny
apologizes and admits he made up every fucking word he said about that woman.
All right,
But that has nothing to do with Johnny Cashville. And you know that if you weren't mad about Zanime, you know that you'd be taking up for Ryan at this time because you took up for Ryan about it. You
I would
took
never
up for
take up for
Ryan
somebody doing something wrong.
every time Ryan was wrong. You stood every time
I
Ryan was
learned
wrong.
right from wrong when I was a
Well,
little
just
kid. I would defend my
overtalk me. Go
worst
ahead.
enemy.
But
I
you,
would
but
defend
when it
my
came to
worst
Ryan, it didn't
enemy.
matter. Other than Zanime, apparently Zanime's offered you something, because your wife's not that hot. So apparently Zanime's your little.
Goodbye.
Oh my God. I can't even. Now you're in love with anime. That's a new thing. That's like the third time I heard
defend
that
somebody that's
tonight.
being, their whole fucking family's being
I know.
cyberbullied by about
Am I
12,000 idiots.
right?
And you
Am I
must
in love
want
with
to
her
sleep
too?
with them
Because
because your
I'm here
wife's
for
not
her.
very hot. Sounds
Well,
like a fucking
Bible, can I ask
12-year-old.
you a question?
What an infantile idiot. Go ahead.
All right. Why is it that you're always referring to him as a meth head?
Because he's smoking meth right now.
How do you know that?
By his eyes.
You know an awful lot about it.
Yeah,
You
I dealt
said
with it
your
for
son-
14 years every day.
You said your son yourself. I
Yep,
don't
yep,
mean to bring
yep.
it
Saw
up.
them eyeballs every day.
Your son done it, correct?
I saw them eyeballs every frickin' day, buddy.
It's also
I know exactly
hereditary,
what
ain't
they
it?
look like. I know exactly what them eyeballs look like.
Yeah, because you look in the fucking mirror, dude.
Wow. Really? Unbelievable. They just lay in wait.
Man, I
You
tell you,
know?
the maturity level with these people is
So
unfrickin'
crazy. You can't even like talk to them normally.
Because
No
you guys
sense.
won't get off of Johnny Cashville's dick. Like you don't even know him in
I
real
don't even
life.
know. I don't even know who you're talking about. I'm not even here for that. Shut up, guy. Jesus. The only reason why I'm here is
I
because of
would like to see
anime.
one of these crack squatters show up at work Monday, okay? Or show up at work Friday, okay? It's Friday and the crack squad's getting paid, you know? Uncle Will went and changed a flat tire, okay? And he's supposed to get paid because he changed a flat tire. And he shows back up at the office with his hand out, waiting for that paycheck. And the boss says, well, Uncle Will got some bad news for you. I talked to 4 or 5 people today that don't like you. So I'm not paying you.
Yeah, same thing.
That's what Ryan Upchurch, that's the excuse you're making for Ryan Upchurch screwing another artist out of their royalties because they dared to defend Zanime. And Adam Calhoun apparently being down with that. Happy that Ryan did it. So maybe we can talk some artist into fucking Adam Calhoun out of some royalties doing it the same way. Maybe. Maybe some have already talked to me. Maybe.
Oh.
It's infantile. That argument is just like, it's infantile. I'll say it again. I don't care if Johnny Cashville owes everybody in Nashville money. What Ryan Upchurch owes him is for work he completed, not for his friendship, not to be liked, not for his feelings, but for the work he did. He was paid royalties for the work he did, not how well he was liked.
Well, that's the problem with now. Like, if
feelings trump facts.
If somebody's if somebody's against something that you say or do, it's like you have to be either canceled or punished forever for everything else you do,
Go
just
ahead,
because of
caller,
the
you're
one
on.
thing. It's crazy.
Yeah, this is Twisted 10. I guess I'm well known as a mod on your channel.
Okay.
I want to say thank you for taking up for Zanime. She didn't deserve anything that she got. from Ryan Upchurch. I really looked up to Ryan. I didn't look up to him, but I thought him as him of being somebody else.
Me too.
Until I watched him degrade Zanime on there. And what really got me was Kylie wasn't real. My brother was murdered, and somebody'd be in real trouble if they said my brother wasn't real. Okay.
Me too.
I'm not a real good public speaker, never have been. I'm just an old country boy that drives a Mustang to work every day. Okay. So, Cashville never been attacked by anybody until he showed up as a mod on your channel. After 3 albums, nobody said nothing until then. So anybody's got any thoughts, I don't care what kind of person he is on streets, okay? If they had a beef with him from what he did years ago, they should have handled it years ago. That's when it should have been handled.
Amen.
And if you could do me a favor and mod Trina Trails and Ben Thrift, that would be awesome.
Okay, let me get in there and see if I can find. I know you're battling alone there. Where's the gotcha man? Anybody know?
He was in there earlier.
Confusion's been helping.
Okay. Trina, what's her name again?
Trina Trails.
All right. See if I can find her. You know, listen, guys, you guys can be in the chat and express your opinion as long as it's not vulgar. Okay? Just don't be vulgar. That's all. YouTube don't allow it. That's all. And all you guys crying about your comments being deleted. Do you guys understand that YouTube has a bot that if you post a comment that breaks their toss, the bot deletes it?
Automatically.
And if you commented below that, then your comment's going to go with it. I haven't deleted any comments. This will be the first time I've modded somebody right now. So I'm going to go do that.
Can Hair Guy get a mod spot?
He was on there.
Yeah, this will be the first time ever.
Can Hair Guy get a mod spot?
Hair Guy would make a good
Hey,
mod.
how you doing, brother? Man, I tell you, I still laughed so hard that first time you gave. That's the best video ever. It's so good.
Oh yeah, I'm here for the gangbang.
Yeah, the Gotcha Man's
That was hilarious.
Hey, I'll tell you what, man, he's got some good videos on there.
Yeah.
Oh my
I was
gosh! Did
dying.
you guys see the one where he put himself in the box of Popcorn Planet? Oh no, he put himself in one of the boxes of Tony's live, and he was pretending like Ryan flipping out on crack, and it is so good, guys. Oh dear God, is it good? I'll play it tomorrow. It's so good, man.
Yeah.
It's just pure gold. I don't see her, so I'll keep an eye out for you, brother. I'll find her. She says something again.
He should be there, and Ben Thrift thought to be there too. Both of them's worthy, man. I've watched them; they're worthy.
All right, cool.
And they're down for the cause.
Cool.
I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna go.
All right.
Have a good night.
Good enough.
Night.
Everybody else.
I got her. I found her.
See you,
All right,
bro.
cool.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. All right, I found her. Ring out again, both of you. I need both you guys to ring out again so I can make you mods. Trina and is it Ben or whatever? Yeah. Say something right now. Let me get to the bottom. There we go. And now you are a mod. And there is Ben. He is a mod. Okay, there you go. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the help. We'll take all we can get.
Yeah, especially all those comments they have to look at.
So what we're talking about tonight is, bullying, of course, cyberbullying, and, people punching down. And like I started, so many people keep bringing up the Johnny Gobble deal. And Johnny Gobble was a willing participant and eagerly, wanted to participate because his goal was to be Ryan's buddy, to be noticed by Ryan. Ain't you just special?
Oh my God, they're just so
Isn't that so
unreal.
juvenile, man?
Unreal. I can't
Now, I
even.
thought you guys were so offended by gangbangs.
Right?
What happened to that? You're not offended by it anymore? I mean, that's some pretty mild porn. I like it a lot heavier than that. If you guys are going to put porn in here, I want like 3 guys on one girl and her loving the shit out of it. That'd be more, my speed. Well, if we're going to be watching porn,
They think that's gonna get you kicked off. It's not.
Well, I can cover that up. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, it's stupid.
YouTube's got sense enough to know what just happened. They ain't, It's when you're dealing with 12-year-olds, sometimes that happens.
That is true.
Yeah.
I love people come in here like in the middle of doing something.
Yeah.
Like, why are you coming on here? If you're not ready to talk, if you're doing other things, that's crazy.
Here's been the most enjoyable part of this. Is all you got to do is just extend some rope to Crack Squad, and they'll wrap that shit right around Ryan's neck.
Yeah.
They don't understand that everything they do reflects on him.
It's crazy to see how it's
They don't
so
get it.
blindly
That
following.
every time they're shitty to somebody, it reflects on Ryan. Every time they attack somebody, it reflects on Ryan. Every time they insult somebody, it reflects on Ryan. And now, we see that they are indeed into porn. Just the other day, they were highly offended at the idea.
I just read a comment from Candace Vance. Actually, that's pretty disgusting. Cyberbullying to porn. Are you forgetting that Ryan brought up this whole gangbang, divide? I mean, this all stems from your Lord and Savior.
No, actually, wait a minute. Here, hold on. Rainy days. Ryan's actually sitting back trying to figure out if he should apologize or just keep destroying himself. He's struggling. He's contemplating the apology video still. He's on the fence about it. And I'm going to keep jumping on his neck till he makes up his mind to do the right thing. Because he's going to do the right thing. Or I'm going to bully him off of YouTube. Don't bully him right off. Not going to quit. Going to jump on his neck every day. Not giving up. Not going nowhere. All you 12-year-olds, you don't scare me. If your IQ is so low that you believe 3 YouTubers did something to this child, you don't scare me. You're not smart enough to win a fight because you don't know how to, you'll just wildly swing. There'll be no strategy. I'll just badly fucking destroy you with calculated hits. And that'll be it. And it'll be over. So I ain't afraid of you. I really want you to know that.
As dumb as the Crack Squad is, I miss their presence.
Yeah. It's fun.
Oh, there's so many in the chat.
Yeah. This is big ass white
Just
boy.
love to hear
His mom has let him stay.
Hey, how you doing tonight?
Hey, how we doing?
What's up, guys?
Hey, how you doing, man? You fooled me with that name. I thought you were a troll.
And excuse us while we wait and see if you're gonna go off the handle.
Yeah.
That's what's been
The
happening.
problem?
No, everybody comes in saying
don't
hi,
fall-
how you doing, and then they freak out. So we're just waiting for that.
I'm chilling.
But if you're
I'm
cool,
chilling.
you're cool. Okay, good. So what's up?
My
What's
internet
your,
connection's messing up.
story?
Yeah. Hey, dude with the porn.
Hold on, give me just a second. My
You didn't
internet's
use a
messing up right
VPN.
now.
Hey,
You
I
got
just
it.
wanted to let the guy with the porn know he didn't use a VPN. Now I know who he is. Uh-oh. That sucks.
That was.
You got to use a VPN, guys, if you're going to troll people. You got
What is
to
it?
pay for a good one. You can't use a cheap one either. You got to pay for one, a good
Oh,
one.
he's talking to the guy who put the porn on.
Yeah, he's wide open, man. His public IP's just hanging out, fucking flopping in the breeze. How you doing there? Gotcha, man.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good, man. I watched that video today that you made a while back where you're on Tony's panel. That's so fucking good, dude.
That's hilarious.
Damn it, that's good.
I appreciate it, man. A little bit of editing goes a long way. I don't have a real long time, man. I'm driving a lot today from Michigan to Kentucky, and I still got a lot more driving to do. But, man, I just wanted to share a couple things real quick.
Sure.
I come at a lot of things with the angle of comedy, obviously. But I still want to drive a point home, and that at Hahnemann, there's a real definition for that. And I heard some people talking, and it's so frustrating, man. You guys are so close to figuring your own mysteries out. I seen some people saying, Johnny Cashville shouldn't have bit the hand that fed him, and that statement couldn't apply more to your own case. But anyway, what I really want to say is, in a situation like this, if Ryan's argument had so much validity and it had so much ground to stand on its own, then why would he feel the need to go as far as removing somebody that helped him, actually dig his roots in this industry, and go as far as, making a move like that where you're going to take something down that is.
And you got people saying, well, I don't like him, so that's why. I mean, what?
That's ridiculous. It's preposterous. That just goes to show you that, you're, and really all he did was disagree with him. And that just goes to show you, if your argument was so valid and had so much point, you would just say, well, I know I'm right, so it doesn't matter. But, and that's what that ad hominem mean. If people, would take the time to read it, and I put the definition up in my last video last night, but that's what that means. If any of you guys out there, and I don't mean to be vulgar or anything, but if you've ever caught your woman up in something and she said, well, so what? That's why you got a little dick. That's ad hominem. She knew she got caught up in something and she's wrong, but her defense is to attack you and to belittle you. And that's what Ryan's defense is, well, I know I'm wrong, but guess what? I can hurt you by taking your royalties, or I can hurt you by, ruining your street cred. And that's just,
just so Crack Squad is clear, that's not Johnny Cashville's only work.
No.
He's pretty successful at what he does. He gets other royalties from other artists that are fair and stick with the industry standard. And don't break contracts and stuff.
Yeah.
And you guys are all living in the illusion world where you believe that Johnny Cashville just jumped on Ryan's album and Ryan paid him just because. No, there's legal shit involved. And there's other people on those albums that are getting fucked right along with Johnny.
I'll just shove up on our back foot.
And Mr. Upchurch is going to find himself in court along with the distribution company.
I show up with him every time we let him.
I find it awful funny for Ryan Upchurch to get on a video and say what a terrible manager and what a terrible producer and what a terrible person Johnny is, and how little he actually does in the music industry to help anybody. When in the same breath, this is the man who, he wouldn't be on your albums if he wasn't. This is the man that was already touring with Haystack and Jelly Roll, and then came back from a successful tour and helped you dig your roots. So, I see comments from
you're
people.
leaving something out.
And why did it take Ryan
he stabbed Haystack in the back.
Why did it take
He left Haystack in California. I think you left that part out.
Well, I said that he left a tour with Haystack, so I don't see how I left anything out. He left a tour with Haystack.
No, he left.
He
He abandoned Haystack in California. Actually, that's a true fact.
Well,
I booked a show with. I booked a show with Haystack about 3 concerts before that in Indianapolis, so I do know that. And Haystack's chilling. Haystack.
So if I find somebody that don't like you, can we quit paying you?
Exactly.
No, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything about that. All I was saying.
Is Haystack crying and saying, Johnny Cashville left me somewhere? No, he's successful. He's doing his own thing. And
actually,
Cashville had a part of that too.
Actually, he cut all ties with Johnny, actually.
So?
It doesn't matter. You can't
pay him royalties for 6 years.
Haystack got falsely accused. Haystack got falsely accused by somebody in Iowa.
Who cares?
And then Johnny
dude,
Cashville.
Nobody cares about Haystack. No one cares. No one cares.
Golly, buddy. All I was doing was responding to the other guy. Never mind. I'll be quiet. I won't say anything else. You're just going to interrupt me.
I can cut all ties tomorrow.
All I was doing is trying to explain the situation, but Babel won't let anybody explain the real truth. It's okay. It's okay. Nobody will get the truth out. You go ahead and just cut me off.
What truth?
It's fine. I'm trying.
What fucking truth? The truth is, Ryan Upchurch paid them royalties clear up until the day Johnny Cashville defended Xana May. That's a fucking fact, and the court will see it the same goddamn way.
Yep.
And I don't give a shit what any of you dumbasses think, that just because you can find somebody that don't like you, you don't have to be paid for the work you did. Like I said, how would you like it if you showed up to work on Friday and your boss said, well, I ain't paying you. And you say, why? Well, I found these 3 dudes that don't like you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Stupid.
Well,
Mr. Babel.
It really boils down to the fact that when you get backed into a corner and when you know you're wrong and you have no other defense because you know you have nothing intelligent to say to help your side of your argument, so you go to what do? You go to the other thing, which is what can I do to hurt this person? What can I do to stick it to this person? Because I have no other way of proving myself. So I'll just I'll just go a low blow, hit below the belt, and I'll take something from him. Which is, it's as old as time, man. It's disgusting, really. I mean, there's no excuse for it, really. And to what that guy was saying before, I can, deny all ties to my parents tomorrow. It doesn't mean that they weren't my parents and didn't create me and didn't make me to this day. So, I mean, it makes no sense, man.
It does. It's the weakest argument I've ever heard. It's so weak. I mean, it's like, well, these guys don't like him, so that's why. Well, why wasn't it why 6 years ago? Why wasn't it why 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 years ago? Why was it only a problem when he defended Zanime? And I'm going to tell you, the judge is going to ask the exact same question. The judge is going to say, Mr. Upchurch, can you tell the court why you paid this man clear up until the day he defended a 2-time war veteran that's a full-time employee at Nassau after you and your crack squad harassed her and her entire family? Could you explain that to the court? And what do you think Mr. Upchurch is going to say? Well, Adam Calhoun don't like him. Is that going to be his fucking testimony?
As delusional as he is at this point, he'll just say, well, he didn't agree with me, Your Honor. So that should be good enough, right?
Hey, good evening. How you doing?
Sorry, I was in before I exited out by accident.
And why is it every member of Crack Squad has the shittiest audio?
I don't know.
Every one of them that get on here, there's feedback and echo and kids screaming and
Hey, Mr. Babel, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Can I speak to you for just a minute?
Oh, you bet.
Hey, man, first of all, Ryan Upchurch is a liar. And he is on drugs. And the reason I called in is because, first of all, my condolences go out to you and about your son. I'm 52 years old. I have a 29-year-old son that's been an addict for probably 9 or 10 years. And the struggle's real, and it's not hereditary. And the fact that they don't know all the nights you stayed up worrying about your son, all the issues you dealt with. When you have a loved one that's on drugs, it makes you have to deal with the issue even though you're not on the drugs.
I could tell
and
you
drugs
stories,
destroys a
okay?
whole family. It don't
He
just
went
destroy
through
one person
3
involved.
Yeah, my son went through 3 automobiles, and I'm not talking junk. I'm talking nice vehicles.
Yes, sir.
He went through 3 automobiles. He in and out of prison twice, in and out of jail probably 20 times, in 2 halfway houses, 3 rehabs. I mean, countless amounts of money, just countless amounts.
Well,
And
for somebody to get on,
to try to tell me I don't know what them eyeballs look like, I know exactly what them
oh
eyeballs
yeah,
look like.
he's on drugs.
Big time.
Ryan Upchurch is on drugs. Ryan Upchurch is on drugs. You can look at him and tell his anger, how angry he gets, even just talking to a camera.
He's never been this
He just gets
sinister.
angry. And if you think about it, he's been like this for the last year. When
Since
he
that girl
started
came around.
comparing himself to Elvis, when he started comparing himself to Elvis Presley, that he was as good as Elvis, he lost me.
Yeah,
You
well,
know,
I got tired of
he's
hearing how
famous
rich he
and he's
was. In every video, we got to hear how
Yeah.
much money he got. Every song
and
and
he
every
and he
video.
constantly Well, when he gets on, and I wasn't a Ryan Upchurch fan, but when he gets on the internet and he has 3 million followers, his opinion matters. And what he says matters. And that's what these people are not realizing. You can't have a platform like that and just say anything you want to say. And he's doing whatever because he's on drugs. He gets whacked out on something, and then he wants to make a video because he thinks it's cute. But these people are taking him for real. And he's messing with people's lives. And it's going to catch him. You can mark my words, he will lose his career over this one.
Yeah. You know, it blows my mind.
But I got on here. I watch you every night. Well, I watch you every night, and how you fuss at them, and they just don't seem to get why you're doing what you're doing, because they're blinded.
That's
and
for sure.
They can dig it out, but they can't take it. And to me, what I see is all of them, you know, they'll go after somebody. Look at the Johnny Goble situation for clout. He wanted a platform, and he did it any way he could get it, which I think is pathetic. But the fact is, Ryan only noticed him because when that guy Justin Adams come on there, or whatever his name was, everything the guy was saying was the truth. And let me even say a statement on that. What Johnny Goble did to that boy Justin was wrong on many levels. That boy didn't know he was being recorded, and he ruined that boy's career over that.
It was low down and dirty.
And if that can ruin Justin's career, what do you think this is going to do to Ryan's career? They fall harder, faster than they build themselves up. So, and the fact that somebody would get on here and talk about your son disrespectfully, that just really speaks volumes for these crack squatters there. Really, anybody that could support that alone,
I get it, man.
Yeah, they got no. They got no.
Tell everybody his dog just showed up on the back porch with a dead raccoon. That's awesome, dude.
I've never done drugs. I've never done drugs a day in my life, and I dealt with it with my son for the last 10 years almost. And they don't know the nights I've stayed up. And when he sits there and tells you, well, he must have got it from you, it's hereditary. Like you put your son on drugs. To me, just to make a statement like that is just is so disrespectful, not only to your dead son, but to millions of people out here that struggle with their family members being on that.
Yep. And you know,
I think telling people crack squatters would be the same thing.
You know, for Ryan to sit there, okay, and go
Say that
completely
again?
delusional. I mean, he went delusional, folks. He was flipping out, saying something about Ellen DeGeneres' girlfriend wasn't real, and she was involved in this somehow. And you could just see it was manic, yanking off his headphones and throwing them down. And when he saw that stupid spam text from Tony, he jumped out of his chair like he'd saw a ghost, because it said gangbang. There's a spam text that said gangbang. When Tony actually hosts an adult comedy show, his show is an adult comedy show. It would be totally natural for him to get a text like that, knowing that. And they refuse to believe it. They think that means that him and Zanime and Ickenmel went and done something to this child. It's the most infantile, juvenile, idiotic nonsense that's ever been told. And to watch him go completely manic and then see those pupils as big as nickels and still deny that there's a problem, you're just being willfully ignorant. That's all I'm going to say. You're just being willfully ignorant. You're just choosing to not believe the obvious.
Hey, Mr. Babel.
Yo.
I sent you my number on your email.
Cool.
Feel free to call me. I'd like to tell you some things.
All right. That'd be awesome.
All right. And but I'm gonna get off of here. I just wanted to get on there and stand up for the families that do deal with drug addiction. It's not hereditary. It's not that really just pissed me off when that guy said that.
Yeah.
It doesn't piss you off when people use the term crack squad to somebody who could maybe be on drugs and that.
No.
Well, there could be people who are on drugs. They could actually be on drugs, and you could be making fun of somebody who's actually having a problem.
Look, buddy,
That's
it's never
not what he's
gonna. I'm never
referring
gonna
to.
feel sorry for humiliating these people. Never. I'm gonna
So
humiliate
you
them
wouldn't
every
feel
day.
sorry if people were humiliating your son when he was alive?
See, why
that
you gotta
wouldn't be
do
nice.
that?
Done this. Even when my son was on
Because
dope, he would have
he's
never killed an
he's
innocent
calling people
family.
crack squad when these people could.
When my
Oh
son
my
was at
God.
his highest point in his addiction, he still would have never been a bully. At his highest point in his addiction, he would have still never treated an Army war veteran the way Xaname's been treated by you crackheads that think a satire video is real, that think three YouTubers went and hurt a child, that think Xaname rode a Yamaha scuba bike down to the car to move a brick off the gas pedal. You've got to be completely whacked out of your gourd or incredibly ignorant to believe something like that. And there just ain't nothing else to say. There's nothing else that can be said. And nobody, it don't bother me a bit. They're crackheads. They deserve to be talked to like crackheads. They're idiots. And I don't feel sorry for any of them. Just because you think that these people are somehow doing something right is ridiculous. Not one thing they've done is even accepted by society. You don't attack people. You don't make memes about some underage girl. You don't dox a 15-year-old. You don't attack refugees that barely speak English so they're unable to fight back. We don't do that. Crick Squad would never do that. So all that's left is Crack Squad. And they're going to be Crack Squad till the day Ryan Upchurch apologizes. However long that takes. Or I'll just bully him off of YouTube.
Hey, Mr. Babel, I'm going to jump. I'm going to jump off. I'm going to let you go, Mr. Babel. Just check your emails. I did send you an email with my name on it.
Awesome.
Good night.
I appreciate
Good
it,
night,
sir.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right. Thank y'all.
You're welcome.
Good night.
How we doing, guys?
Hey.
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Good.
Just a quick thing. I'm not here to stand up for a grown man. Ryan's a grown man. He can do his own business. The whole thing with Adam Calhoun being drug into this. The reason why Adam.
Whoa. He wasn't drug into it. But go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm not arguing, but Adam has a problem with Johnny Cashville from the whole fight that he got into with the dude.
So what's that got to do?
So
with
I can see how Adam would have a problem with Johnny Cashville is what I'm saying.
So
once again, has nothing to do with Ryan. But this is what I will say is if she is still examining or whatever, still in the military, she cannot take any type of money, whether it be a GoFundMe or somebody raising money for a lawyer or anything, because people that are active military are not allowed to take money because it's considered like they could be compromised as a compromised soldier.
Bullshit. If I'm in the goddamn military and you fuck me over and you fucking slander me, I can sue you.
Yelling. I'm not.
And if somebody wants to give me the money to do it, they're free to do it.
Look, I'm not yelling or screaming.
I've ever heard anybody say.
Okay.
There's no restriction on somebody in the military from taking a donation.
It's part of their contract.
She's not fighting in uniform against her reputation. She's fighting as a civilian against her reputation. She can have all the damn donations she wants.
And she's considered a civilian anyway.
Don't you worry.
If I'm just saying, I'm not here to yell.
Well, you don't know what you're talking about.
Anybody that goes against anything that you say,
you're completely
trying to have a conversation with you.
I'm not going to let you come up here and spread misinformation. That's misinformation.
Have you looked into it?
I got sense enough to know that just because you're in the army,
whether
you're not
you
open to
think you
slander.
know and what's facts,
You're not open to
is
slander just
basically
because you're in
saying
the
the same thing I'm
military.
saying.
You're not open to having your small business attacked just because you're in the military. You're not open to having your refugee family ravished across the internet with their names and address and docs just because you're in the military. No.
Now that's the other thing. If her family's here on a visa and they're making money, that's against the law too, unless they have a work visa.
Yeah, but she's not active duty, guys. She's National Guard. It's
Man,
different.
there's another one. Wow. How do you get to be that damn dumb?
She's not even active duty right now, though. She's
It
considered a
don't matter
civilian
anyway.
until the time
If
when
you're in the
she's
military
actually
and somebody
serving.
cheats you, somebody screws you, somebody slanders you, you have a right to defend yourself any way you can.
It's okay for you to go out here and talk about gangbanging that little girl.
Oh,
and to talk
shut up.
about
Shut up.
you
Nobody
said
was
it.
talking
It's
about
all over
gangbanging
the
anybody. What an idiot.
Gang bang, the
That's how much sense they have.
bang bang. Now what?
Can I say, Babel?
You.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't love that tweet, but I love you, and I love what you stand for.
His wife, his wife's gonna kick that ass.
No, I support you, and I think it's bullshit that Ryan is. It's not even just Ryan; it's his community that is attacking people that disagree with him.
You bet.
And the people that agree with him are getting built up into these heroes when it's just
familiar.
not. Yeah. But I just wanted to get on here real quick. I don't even really have the time to do this, but I just want to say I appreciate you, Babel, for standing up for people that don't have a big following that are getting beaten down.
Right. Listen, it's easy to do. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, love ya.
Love you too.
All of you.
Squad.
And
bye-bye.
Oh,
hey,
thank you.
bye.
Squad up.
The guy's still down here running his pie hole because he didn't realize nobody can hear him.
Oh man, I love when people think they know what they're talking about.
I would
and
just
they
love.
really
I would
not
love
anything.
to. I'd love to know where one of these crack squatters work and like pay their boss to play a trick on them. And next week when they come bebopping in to get their paycheck, he just look at him real fucking serious and go, "Hey, sorry, can't pay you, dude." Why? Well, there's some people that don't like you. Much I can say, man. Found a couple people that don't like you. One dude's got a beef with you. So, I know you did all that work and you earned that money, but I'm not going to pay you because, they don't like you. And just watch the fucking reaction on their face. I mean, it's such a ridiculous argument. Oh, well, Adam's got a beef with Cashville. That's why Ryan cannot pay him for his work because Adam don't like him. I'll bet you I can find more entertainers that agree with me than Ryan and Adam can find to agree with them. Bet you I can. Bet you I can. It's called an industry standard. It's called the way we operate. It's the unsung contract among entertainers and session musicians. You see, when an album's produced, folks, there's a lot of people getting paid. Do you think Cashville's the only one getting royalties from these records of Ryan's? There's several people getting royalties. Several people help produce those. And he's screwing them too to get at Cashville. And you guys want to sit here and pretend like you think it's just fine because you can find somebody that don't like Cashville. And it's the most weak, watered down argument I've ever seen.
It's kind of his way of saying, I'm taking my toy and going home,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm taking my toy away and leaving. It's crazy.
I bet you. Go ahead.
A little bit off subject, but has anybody in here ever, this will make sense in a second. Has anybody grown marijuana before in a legal state?
No.
It takes a lot of time. Yeah, exactly. But it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort and whatnot. And I mean, I don't know who was speaking up for Josh when he took the time, his land, his money, his family counted on it, and he gave over 10 pounds of that marijuana that he grew to Johnny Cashville, and he never paid for it. I don't know who was ever speaking up for Josh and his family.
Can I speak?
God, man. Dear God. What's it going to take?
I don't know, honestly.
I don't. What's it going to take?
Can I speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Y'all keep going on about Justin Adams and how.
I never said a word about Justin Adams.
Nah, somebody earlier was talking about.
I don't even know who that is.
They made a vague mention, but go ahead.
Yeah, how that.
I keep it real in here, dude. We don't exaggerate. We don't grossly exaggerate. So somebody mentioned Justin Adams.
Did I ever say you exaggerated?
But you said people were going on about it, and that's a gross exaggeration.
Well, somebody in
it.
here said it,
right,
and said that Ryan Upchurch had done him wrong. If you'll go back and look,
were you there?
Go back and look up Justin Adams on YouTube, and there's some big apology.
But were you there?
Go back and look.
I can go find all kind of negative shit about Ryan online. Should I believe it?
Go look at Justin.
I can go find a bunch of negative stuff about Ryan online. Is it all true? I can go find a bunch of negative stuff about Ryan online. Is it all true?
You won't let nobody talk.
Well,
but
you're making a stupid argument.
Justin himself admits that he lied on Ryan.
I saw the apology video. You know why he did that? You know why he apologized? Because Ryan threatened to cut him off too.
Cut him off.
Off the royalties he's owed.
He wasn't tied to him at the time.
He owes him royalties for the goddamn song Old Days, you dipshit.
Oh my God. See, you'll cuss somebody over the internet.
Well, when you got a goddamn IQ about the level of a 2-year-old, you got to be talked to like one. You think Justin Adams didn't get paid to make that record? Dumbass. Really? Really? Justin Adams had no choice but to apologize because Ryan was going to yank his royalties too, like a big fucking bully. Dumbass.
Wow.
Man. Go ahead. Next hardhead.
Yo, what's up, my dude?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm all right. I just wanted to say I've been watching Upchurch for a while, since he was a young individual. And I never liked him. I never cared for him. Gentleman is not active and went there for. Yeah, dude, there's a bunch of low IQ people over here that just want to follow Upchurch. A lot of them, a lot of them have red hair. I don't know why a lot of them have red hair.
Gingers, they're all gingers. Oh no!
I'm telling you, bro. Like all of you, there's an army of redheads that are just pissed off, bro. That you're insulting their hero. That's what's up. And old Ryan Upchurch has always been a spoiled brat, little mama's boy. And the dude has been telling lies on the internet for a long time. I'm glad that people are starting to finally notice that he's a punk ass little bitch.
Man, he has been lately. I gotta agree. This guy's begging to come back on.
I see.
Okay, so I'll tell you what. How much you want to bet he just makes an ass out of himself? So let him go ahead. How we doing, buddy?
I'm gonna make an ass of myself.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you talking about kidnapping Kylie, right?
No.
What? What are you talking about?
Jesus fucking Christ. The word kidnapping Kylie's never been mentioned.
Right.
Never even been mentioned. What is wrong with you? Are you in a different podcast? You like connected to two different ones?
Maybe.
Now, what else? I got to put you guys out to get a
We
word in.
we got the screenshot, buddy.
Oh wow.
I've already showed it to you. And you know for a fact what you did. Psycho Battle. Go look at my motherfucking YouTube.
Now's your chance.
You'll see all your screenshots, big guy. of you talking to the minor on your one fucking page.
You got
From
red
what I
hair.
understand, he knew it was not a minor.
We got where you said you kidnapped that young girl.
Oh wow!
And you gangbanged her.
Jesus fucking Christ! Holy shit!
I'm sorry to laugh, but it's hysterical at this point.
That
It's
was a
gotten like
sarcastic
crazy now.
comment. I made a see what I mean?
I was here that night. I know it's stupid what they're even saying.
Retarded. These people are
They
fucking
have no
retarded.
idea.
I mean,
Dude, it's
I gotta
Get
say
a
this. I have
fucking
to say this.
brain.
Listen, my autistic 10-year-old grandson can better understand what's going on than these dumbasses. I'm not
It's
kidding you.
one after another.
It's
They just don't
unbelievable
get
how
it.
dumb
I
they
don't
are.
understand.
Unbelievable how
can't
stupid
even.
they
It's
are.
part of the internet. They all go around pointing the finger at each other. They love to call each other pedophiles. They love to say that on the
Yeah,
internet.
that's
What they
thing.
go
Yeah.
for. It's
I
their
noticed that.
go-to.
Scary.
It with the whole Johnny Gobble thing, they did the same thing with that cat. They all of a sudden started saying, actually, Ryan never said it, but he indicated, he kind of insinuated that Johnny
Which he
Gobble
does
was
a
a
lot.
pedophile.
He insinuates a lot of things.
Vintage Shirley says,
And-
I was in the music industry and it's not as cut and dry as everybody thinks. Every publishing company and management agreement is different. So are songwriting credits. Exactly. And they are all different. Everybody gets a different cut. But when you go to that table and you shake that producer's hand says that, and you say, this is done, print it. And you agree to pay Joe 10% for playing bass. And you agree to pay Bob 10% for playing drums. And you agree to pay Johnny Cashville 10% for writing a hook. And you agree to pay fucking Adam Calhoun 10% for standing in the background waiting for his turn to rap. It's done. It's written in stone, and you ought to honor it. And that's not contingent. Nowhere in that handshake is it said, now listen, I know you guys should get paid for this, but understand something. If 10 years down the road somebody don't like you, we can stop paying you. It's fucking ludicrous. There's no argument to be had. What Ryan Upchurch is doing to Johnny Cashville is the most low down, dirty, shitty thing any musician can do. And I hope anybody that would ever fucking be on a record with him keeps in mind that if the day comes that he don't like them no more, they may not get paid. Just, you better know that if you enter into a deal with him. And I pray to God every fucking day, a musician that's paying Adam Calhoun royalties decides he don't like Adam no more and stops paying him. Because since that's how we do it now. Infantile children. It's nonsense.
I can tell you this right now. I don't care for Cashville, but I will say it was a punk move of Ryan to take away his royalty.
Because he's mad at me.
Because he's mad that he didn't agree with him over this ridiculous Zanime stuff.
Exactly.
100%. 100%.
If that is near to
Okay.
God only knows what that is. A child?
Sound like a child.
You've got
That's
it. You've got
crazy.
marijuana. You got a jar of marijuana as your icon, and you got a goddamn child on an adult podcast. Boy, you're some fucking parent. Put that
That's
kid to
crazy,
bed.
man.
It's
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock
It's 10 o'clock, man.
on a school
Why you
night.
have a child?
Holy
What's wrong
shit.
with you, man?
I'm going to say this real quick, and then I'm going to dip. I don't know who you are, Psycho Babble Rap. I've heard of you vaguely. I will say this. I'm here to say Ryan is a bitch. He's always been a bitch, a spoiled brat little bitch. And he's doing meth. You could tell by that video where he was being chased or he says he was there's a helicopter above his head or whatever.
Yeah,
There's
paranoia and everything. I know.
licking his lips and crap all throughout the video. I could tell you, man, that cat's doing meth, dude.
Yep.
And he's a spoiled brat little bitch, and he's always going to be a bitch. And he sucks. His music sucks. It ain't even gangster. It's little punk ass hillbilly bullshit. Later.
I got a picture for Stone Dad. Stone Dad did a whole podcast on whether or not my garage is a garage or a shop.
Why?
I'm not kidding. One fucking bit.
Why?
Not even a little bit. Am I kidding? Not even a little bit. Am I kidding? Okay. And I got a sign. There's a sign by my door that's like one of those signs you get like an arts thing, like you go to a flea market and guys make sign out of wood. I got one that said garage and I put it on there. So I want to take a picture of it and send it to him so he can stop the debate.
But
whether
why?
it's a garage or a shop.
I don't get it.
Isn't that fucking infantile?
It's so stupid.
I'm not kidding one bit. He's got a whole podcast about it. Yeah. He don't realize
Incredible.
that a person can be a mechanic in a big, huge dealership all their life and then retire and work out of their garage at home on the side.
I think, you know what? I have a whole family full of mechanics. We've been in the car dealership industry for like ever. And every single one of my male relatives that were once a mechanic and have retired always worked from home in their garage. Always.
Exactly. It's a pretty common
It's also
thing.
a hobby, you know? They loved it. It's what they do.
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, I agree. I so agree. It's just the most infantile stuff, man. Another, and then Power Stroke did a whole video dissecting the parts on my Power Stroke truck to see if maybe I lied about one of the parts it has.
Oh my God.
I'm not kidding one bit. Go see it. It's still up.
Can I ask, like, how do they have so much time?
I don't know. How?
They're
Like,
up
I
for
come on
date.
here for a couple hours and that's it. I'm done. I'm off this shit. Once I
I'm
hang up, I'm
shocked.
done.
I'm actually shocked. How do you get, like Power Stroke and Father and Son Reactions to sit there on that panel and pretend to be into digging up clues?
Well, if you notice,
anime.
Father and Son, I haven't seen them like.
What?
I think I haven't seen Father and Son lately. I think they finally kind of realized and they're taking their face off of this whole.
Well, I would hope so.
I would run
I would
away
hope
from
so.
it. It was me.
Because you talk
That's
about
so
selling your
crazy.
dignity. That is just absolutely flushing your dignity down the toilet.
Mm-hmm. Clout is a dangerous thing. These people want fame and clout or whatever it is you get off, whatever you get off this YouTube, and it's really not as great as people think it is. And once you have it, especially if you're getting it for the wrong reasons and stuff, it's just not going to be good in the end.
How you doing
I
there,
don't do YouTube.
Stephen? Good evening.
I'm good. How you doing, Miss
Great.
Babel?
Great.
Yes, sir.
You got the floor, buddy. Go ahead.
I was just waiting for everybody to kind of
you
put
just
me on the
want to chime
spot
in?
there.
Yeah, you're good, man. Yeah, you can join in there, chime in when you want. You're good, bro. I thought you had something, like deliberately.
Sorry, everything just cut out there, guy.
I thought maybe you just had something you want to say deliberately, but yeah, if you just want to hang out, that's cool. You're good. No problem. Try to get through some of these comments. We'll read some comments here.
Yeah.
Candace Vance says, "Why would you even joke about things while she's having?"
What do you think about Check It TV?
I think his outrage over finding her laptop was genuine. Okay, he knows that family. Okay, Kylie had a nickname. Okay, that everyone knew. Everyone knew what her nickname was, and all the people around that town that know her knew the nickname, and it's on a sticker on the back of her laptop. And when he saw it, to him, it felt like the police just dumped it on the bottom like trash. And it was upsetting. I don't know why Ryan Upchurch would attack somebody like that.
Because he has no empathy.
He's a fucking bully on dope. That's why. Pretty simple stuff. But yeah, he found that laptop and he was upset by it, naturally. And if he gets a bunch of subscribers from it, well, good.
So is everybody else.
Yeah. I'd rather see him get him that way than pander shit like Zab Girl does, accusing innocent teenagers of murder every night, pulling words out of context, pulling interviews out of context, pretending that it means something it don't, taking the opinion of an idiot that doesn't know the first fucking thing about automobiles over somebody that's got 40 years hands-on every motherfucking day in multiple states, multiple different dealerships, multiple different technicians, trained people. I was a trainer for 3 years for the largest undercar shop chain in America. Trained the technicians on the equipment and how to do diagnostics properly. And I've got another YouTube channel I haven't mentioned that's all about diagnosing cars. And when this hailstorm's over, I'll share it with you guys. But yeah, it's you know, I literally methodically go through diagnosis of popular problems on a lot of different vehicles. I've been on YouTube for 12 years.
Wow.
It's nothing new, man.
Gotta admit,
Right
Sammy's
now,
pretty sus, though.
I don't think so. Not at all. I don't think she's
Wow.
suspect at all. Not at all. Not even a little bit. She's just a knock-kneed teenager that misspoke about a time. She misspoke about the time.
She did provide them all alcohol and throw a party, and she did leave her friend behind.
You don't know that.
How did she provide him alcohol? She's not even old enough to buy alcohol.
She's
not old enough to buy
herself. She always has the alcohol container in her hand. Also, she always.
Did you party when you were a teen?
I definitely didn't do it in the middle of a freaking in the middle of nowhere. Didn't do that.
Well, I did.
Well,
did you live in the middle of nowhere? Or did you live in
if there
a
were
city?
female friends of mine, I didn't leave them by themselves. I didn't leave people by themselves in the middle of nowhere.
What if your friend said, "Go ahead and leave. I want to stay."
Exactly.
Yeah,
hey, there's a cute boy here.
I would probably stick around. You don't know the person that I am. I definitely would have stayed.
Okay. They
or I made sure I left her in
That
good
doesn't make
hands.
her a suspect just because she's a shitty friend.
Okay.
She's just a shitty friend.
She's definitely a shitty friend. She's at least a shitty friend. So she should stop pretending to be a friend.
But that doesn't make her a
So
murderer.
that's all you can say about it then.
That doesn't make her a
That's
murderer.
all.
Right?
She's just a dumb kid.
Let me share something with you. Okay. When I was their age, we had a really popular party place called Clear Creek. And there was a swinging bridge over the creek. Okay. And you could go down there on a Friday or Saturday night and you would find 50 or 60 kids there of various ages. People having sex, people partying, you name it. And it was a hot spot for about 5 years. It was way out in the fucking boonies. If you called the cops, it'd take them a half hour to get there. Okay. Up on the other side of the swinging bridge was a reservoir lake. That was about a 6-acre lake, and it had a little concrete dam on it. And we would jump off that dam, do backflips and swim and tube, and people would party. And the road right next to it was kind of straight, and we'd have drag races in our cars, and it just was a wild place on Friday and Saturday night. And you could go down there any time of the year and find people partying there. Okay. One night, 2 of our friends dove in, and one of them didn't come back up. Now, there were no cell phones in 1981. So 2 other of our friends jumped in a van to haul ass this 4.5 miles down to the end of the road where there's a gas station and a payphone to call for help. And they hit a tree and were both killed. They hit a tree and were both killed. And we didn't know it. We thought they went for help, and we didn't know they wrecked. And we waited and waited and waited for help. So another group took off for help. And they wrecked. It's not, this is a story. I'll show you the newspaper clippings. 4 teenagers lost their life that night. Nobody was at fault, dude. Another night, there was a party going on there. And a guy brought his girlfriend there. She is a very good friend of mine still today. And in fact, she is married to a guy that was in a band with me for a while. They were swinging the swinging bridge back and forth, crazy. She fell off backwards, and she's now in a wheelchair since 16 years old. Kids party, dude.
But Sammy's not a kid. Sammy's an adult.
She's
and
19.
so
She's 19, dude.
That's still an adult.
She's 19.
I don't
She's
care.
3 whole
Yeah,
years
but
older.
is it
That's
really?
That's still an adult.
2.5 years
Look,
older. She's 2.5 years older than Kylie. 2.5 years.
Look, period. Not even
They're
just
still in the
Sammy,
same
but
school.
anybody that was at that party that was over the age of 18 should have made sure to look out for that little girl. Period. Point blank. There's no argument. There's no argument
They
to
don't
it.
have any idea how old she is.
Right? At 18, do you care about anybody?
Yeah, at 18, I can tell you that I grew up in a friend group that I was the oldest friend out of all of them. I was the first to turn 18. I was.
This is a whole different
Can I please
generation,
speak?
though,
I'm not
dude.
interrupting anybody. Why are you guys interrupting me? When I turned 18, I was the first of my friend group to turn 18. I did not go and get drugs or alcohol for my friends when I turned 21. If I happened to be at a party, I would make sure that anybody who was a minor made their way home, whether I had to stay at the party till they closed.
Why were you partying with minors?
Well, you're a good guy, and maybe that's how you are.
Why were you partying
But
with
this is a
minors?
whole different generation. Think about that.
What is you guys? Like, you guys are trolls, bro.
Foolish. You're trying to apply
It's
your
fool- how is it
standard to
foolish?
someone you don't know. Now you're telling me if you were at a party, you'd look around and say,
"How am I a pervert? Where did who said I was a pervert?"
You talk
Was
about
that the little B guy?
said you're a
Hold
pervert.
on, you guys interrupt me. B guy, AB, you're the guy who said I was a pervert, right? Right?
I did too.
It
Why you
wasn't.
partying with little kids?
You said I was a pervert. I'm a pervert, right?
Why are you
I
partying with
didn't
underage
hear
people?
pervert at all.
What?
Yeah, it wasn't
when
me.
did I ever
Psycho
say it was
just said he
females?
said
When
whatever.
did I
You
ever
can
say it was
say it.
females?
Now, hold on.
And
I just
like I
wanted to
said,
show
I
you
was
that-
the first to
that's what
turn
Crack
18,
Squad does to
meaning
people.
that my friends
I
were
just wanted-
17 when I turned 18. I was 18,
I'm
my
gonna
friends
have to
were
mute you
17.
While I respond to you, I'm going to mute you so I can respond to you. Okay? That was sarcasm to show you how ridiculous Crack Squad is, because that's the shit they've been doing to people. Now, you're not going to tell me, Mr. White Knight, that if you were at a party with 400 teenagers and you saw somebody you thought was underage, you'd suddenly start babysitting them. Don't give me that fucking nonsense. It's just a stretch. Everybody in here partied when they were a teenager. Every one of you. Every goddamn one of you partied. Every goddamn one of you had sex. Who the fuck are you kidding? That girl didn't do a damn thing but go to a party with her friend. That's all she's guilty of doing. She wasn't Kylie's babysitter. She wasn't Kylie's caretaker. She probably didn't have no more control over that child than anybody else. And I guarantee if she said, no, I want you to leave now, Kylie would have said, no, I'm staying. So knock it off. You guys are accusing this girl and dragging her, and you don't know. You're assuming. And they just put out, the Truckee police just put out a statement saying it's terrible the way our youth has been slandered over this. The police aren't interested in Sammy. So why are you? I think the police have a little bit more information than you have. And they don't consider her a suspect for a reason. There's a reason the police don't consider her a suspect. There's a reason the police don't consider her boyfriend a suspect. And the police know more than Ryan Upchurch. And they know more than you. And if that girl was guilty of something, the police would already have her in custody. And it's time for you goddamn people to quit slandering them kids. They're innocent children. They're not sinister killers. Now, if you want to have an opinion she did something, that's fine. But you don't talk in absolutes like just because she didn't do exactly what I would have done, she's a fucking killer. That's nonsense.
Yeah.
And you come on here, Mr. White Knight, talking about how goddamn perfect you are, that you'd show up at a party and babysit every funny there that you think's underage, and I bet you'd be trying to get in one of them's pants. Tell the truth.
And not for nothing, this is a whole different generation than when we were
Jesus
kids.
fucking Christ, man.
I mean, it's completely
Unbelievable.
different.
I just can't take the stupidity, the ridiculousness of such a failed argument. How you doing?
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
All right.
Hey, I'd just like to say, it's nice that you talk about people once they leave. You and this lady next
I'm not talking about anybody once they leave.
Sidekicks, you should probably tell your wife.
You're breaking up.
Look, calling me a white knight. That's why when I was 18 years old, I guess I am a white knight. My face got broken 13 different places, helping out a lady that I didn't even know. So, yeah, well,
yeah, but that's
you know what?
you.
She made it out alive. She was getting choked to death, and I stepped in and I helped her.
That makes Sammy a murderer. How?
Yeah, but you shouldn't speak. You talk about people not speaking on people in absolutes. You have no clue who I am, and I am a pretty good guy. I've got 2 daughters myself.
Did I not tell you it was sarcasm?
Well, maybe you should stop with the sarcasm because you keep talking about people follow Ryan because of his sarcasm. So maybe somebody's just going to follow you and do what you say based off your sarcasm. So maybe you should tone it down just a little bit.
I'm not going to.
Or
no.
Go ahead and kick me out. Go ahead and kick me out. Here I go.
Jump up and down on Ryan Upchurch's neck.
Turn me gray. Turn me gray. Here I go. Bye, guys.
See you.
Not
going to stop.
Keep
buddy.
your little.
Never stopping. I'm never going to stop. Every day, I'm going to jump up and down on Crack Squad's neck, and I'm going to jump up and down on Ryan Upchurch's neck. And the only 2 things that can happen is he's going to apologize, or I'm going to bully him off the goddamn internet. And that's how it's going to be. So if you think I'm going to stop because you were a perfect teenager that never did anything wrong, you're out of your fucking mind. I don't believe you're baggage white knight. I babysat every teenager I came across when I was 19. I would argue you were going, damn, she good looking.
I'm just wondering how he knows they're underage. Is it like checking IDs at the door?
Yeah, you're checking IDs. How do you know every kid at the party's underage? How would you know which ones are underage? How would you know? 400 teenagers. How would you know which ones are underage? You wouldn't. They literally just had a whole write-up in the Truckee newspaper about how they're worried about their youth being drugged through this fucking mudstorm by the internet. I'm going to repeat it again. If Sammy was a suspect, the police would know it, and the police would have already taken care of that. The police have cleared her completely. If her ex-boyfriend was a suspect, the police would know that. They have cleared him completely. And what we're going to find out is that this was a tragic accident of an intoxicated teenager that purposely drove her car to the water's edge and made a mistake, a bad mistake. She hit the brake, hit the gas, she bumped it out of gear, something happened. And in 30 seconds of that mistake, she was on the bottom of the lake. And 2 weeks later, her body decomposed and floated up to the back of the car. That's what we're going to find out.
Yeah, I can't wait till they release a statement. And
all you're all going to feel like fools, man. Just like fools. This true crime community, peddling in crisis like this, slandering a new person every day, calling a new person a suspect every day, when the goddamn police are completely clearing them, is so fucking infantile and so hurtful and harmful to little kids. These are young kids just starting their life out. And now they've got these rumors on their back because of dumbasses like you, Mr. I was a perfect teenager. I never did anything wrong as a teenager, not one time. Except keep my eye on underage girls. Those were your words, not mine. How we doing?
Hey, Mr. Psychobabble. I want to just say that I appreciate you. I really do. You're standing up for a woman that doesn't deserve to be thrown in this, that has done nothing to Ryan. I appreciate you standing up for these kids that what if they end up doing something to themselves because these people are blaming them and them. I have an almost 19-year-old. Somebody came after my child like that, and I promise you I would go to the ends of the earth to beat the crap out of them.
Well, her ex-boyfriend, I know for a fact, a lot of people are saying he is really taking this hard. Because every time he comes out in public, he gets accused of hurting her. And he loved that girl beyond belief. He would have never hurt her.
I'm on Queen's channel, and she talks to him. And she said that he is doing bad. He's done, he's got in some trouble, and people do not realize. Me and you come from a similar background, but I ended up in foster care. I know what it feels like not to have parents. I know what it feels like not to have somebody to protect you growing up. I know what that feels like, and you do too. And that's why we're so protective of those we love and care about, and the ones that get picked on because they're deemed to be weak. I'll stand up and fight beside you any fucking day of the week.
I appreciate that. You know what? Doing the right thing is real easy. It really is.
It is, isn't it? All he has to do is say sorry.
If you're a person that lived through bullying, through abuse, through verbal abuse, you know what it feels like to have that done to you.
Yep.
So you immediately feel that person's empathy and their pain.
Exactly.
And it's so fucking easy to defend it. It's the easiest thing in the world.
It is. It is. I mean, I get tired of seeing, these people going out there and putting these kids' names on stuff, and Ryan just acting crazy as hell and calling out this woman. Y'all, nobody knows what this woman has gone through. She was raised somewhere that we have no clue what it was like. I know what the hell I went through, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I damn sure don't want to know what she went through.
Right.
And
don't get me wrong. People are entitled to speculate.
Right.
But to take it beyond speculation and start like just vicious rumors and just relentless attacks and taking pictures of people's home and their cars, and the police are investigating this crime, not YouTube.
Right.
And
let them do their job.
Interviewed all these kids extensively. The big lies that have been told. There's no pictures of the party. That's a lie. There's hundreds of them. There's just virtually fucking hundreds of them. There's videos of fights. There's pictures of fights. There's pictures of other kids. There's a lot of minors. Their social media is not accessible by an adult. And I guarantee you, if you had access to their social media, you would see pictures of that party. You're an adult. You're not allowed on a child's social media. You're blocked from it purposely. But to say that there's no pictures is nonsense. To say that there were no pictures of Kylie when there are pictures of her from a baby clear up to the day she got her driver's license is nonsense.
Yep.
Jagger had a rock solid alibi that was grounded in concrete. And the police said he's cleared. Period.
Yeah. They cleared him after that tow truck driver or the repair guy came out.
Video is not going to show what we've been led to believe.
Exactly.
It's not, because if that tow truck video showed Kylie with Jagger the next day, guess where Jagger would be right now?
Yeah.
He'd be in fucking jail.
He'd be in jail. Right.
For God's sakes, man. You guys have taken a tragic accident and blown it. Ryan Upchurch made a massive mockery out of it to his huge fan base. And from there, it's just turned into a circus.
Well, you're getting to see the worst.
Between Zav Girl and you want to see something gross that I watch. If you want to see the worst example of fandom, Zav Girl on her podcast was sharing pictures of Kylie from the time she was a baby, clear up until she got her driver's license. Like 30 some pictures. Some from a yearbook, some from Kylie's social media before it was set to private, some from her mom's social media before it was set to private, some that Ryan Upchurch typed off of some other 15-year-old girl's social media. But anyway, she was showing a whole bunch of pictures of Kylie from a baby clear up till she was 16. Okay, now here comes the point. Then Ryan Upchurch comes on her podcast. And he says, there's no evidence of Kylie. There's no pictures of her. And guess what Zav Girl did? Didn't say a fucking word.
Not one word.
Not one fucking word. She just let Ryan sit there and claim that there were no pictures of her when she just got done showing
them.
Unbelievable.
Well, and she's put those teenagers' names all out there. She's got kids. How would she feel if I went and grabbed pictures of
Mr.
her
White
kids and
Knight down here, you know,
don't think people
he'd
can't
come and
find it?
rescue all the teens. He was such a good guy. He never wanted to get laid as a teenager. He never wanted to party as a teenager.
Did nothing
He was just
stupid.
so perfect.
All teenagers are stupid. They do not have they think they're grown. I've dealt with one. I'm dealing with one. They think they're grown and know it all, but they do not. They don't understand just how.
Hey,
and even if she's 18, they are, you know? What?
I used to bitch at my friends for having more than one girlfriend, bro.
Dude, your audio's trash, man. We can't understand a word you're saying. It's just noise. And I'm not being mean. It really is. Fix it.
Yeah, it was pretty
I've
good.
seen the worst of YouTube. I worked for the state of Georgia for years, quit my job and started kind of playing around with YouTube, and I've seen the worst of it. I've seen where, Dylan Round's mama you're purely disgraced on YouTube for no reason.
I know.
I mean, it's just sickening
You think YouTube's bad? I don't Facebook much. I've got another Facebook page that has like 80,000 likes or whatever you call that. Okay. And it's about interesting places you can find in Ohio. And it's been there like 15 years or so. And that is the only thing I ever look at on Facebook is maybe I'll add a new picture or a new video to that. Okay. But I don't use Facebook. I never have. And I went on there just yesterday just to kind of see what the buzz was, because the last time I looked, Kylie's grandpa was screaming for somebody to shut Ryan up.
Yeah.
So I went to catch up, and you ought to see the garbage.
Oh, yeah. I'm on Facebook. I use it to promote my podcast, but that's the only thing I go on it for. I don't go on it for anything else.
They are still dogging that Jagger something terrible. They're dogging Sammy something terrible. They're dogging this other girl now, her friend.
And what happens when one of these kids take their lives? What happens then? How
this is the
shitty
funny
are they
thing,
going to feel?
and this is the thing. I see you guys down there. I'm gonna bring you in just a minute. Be patient. This idea that I think a lot of people are lost on the fact that this was a very, very popular party place for the kids in that community.
Right.
This party was nothing special. There were parties there every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Kylie had been there hundreds of times. She had drove down that road and parked by the water hundreds of times. The road Doug from Adventures with Purpose said was impassable. Well, those kids drive down there and park down there all the time.
We rode with a woman down there. A woman did a live down there.
Right.
She did live and drove in an SUV.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that.
There were people driving in there in a minivan. Anyway, that's like a local hangout for the teens in that area. They're there all the time. So it wouldn't be unusual for her friend to ride there with her and then leave right away, because she maybe ran into another friend she wanted to find and leave and go somewhere else. And then maybe come back later. It's a whole 8 minutes from town to there. So everyone acts like that's some crime that Sammy would have left or the other girl would have left, when they're just going 8 miles down the road, you know?
They're also teenagers, and that's what they do.
I mean, they're not there to babysit each other.
You know?
They're there to have a good
I
time.
never did.
How we doing?
Crazy.
How we doing? Let's see if we got your audio fixed, Thomas.
I would say that for.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, you sound good now, bud.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that. My girls, I got a 16-year-old, and I promise my 16-year-old better never be at no party like that.
Well, you say that, but I bet she does.
Don't say that.
Oh, I bet you she won't. You want to ask her?
Don't do that.
With all due respect,
be there.
I was 16 years old. Do you know how many 16-year-old girls I was out with that were supposed to be at the movies?
Oh, yeah.
Come on, man. Don't be nice.
Yep. Not my daughter. That's why we moved to the middle of the country.
Yeah, you got to live out in the country.
Kids don't have to be drunk. Kids don't have to be drunk.
They don't have to be.
I raised 2 stepdaughters.
They can be good kids.
And they were very good girls as far
And
as
now
good
look,
grades.
look at Kylie now. Everybody was good with Kylie doing whatever she wanted to, and now look where she's at.
No, you can't say
don't
that.
know
Are you
that.
really?
Yeah, I can.
Are you
Yeah, I can.
throwing
If her
the
mom
victim
wouldn't
under
let
the
her go to the
bus?
party, she would
She
be.
went to a
Oh my
She would be here
graduation
God.
right now.
party.
What an asshole.
She would be here right now if her parents
How
didn't
can
allow her
you
to go to that
say
party.
that? You don't know what
Maybe,
she
but
said to
that's
her
not
mom.
right for you to say.
You have no clue what this girl said to her mom. We
If
don't
Yeah,
that
know that
bye.
conversation.
let me
Adios.
respond to him real quick. If that woman hadn't worn that dress and that makeup, she wouldn't have been
Exactly.
raped.
Same thing.
If that
Fucking
woman
idiot.
wouldn't have been wearing that nice looking top, she wouldn't have been raped. She ought to know better.
Exactly.
Dude, she went to a graduation party.
A graduation
That
party.
girl graduated 2 years early. Have any of your kids graduated 2 years early? Mr. Perfect Parent? Did your kids graduate early? I bet not. Bet your kids never graduated early. Kylie's home was not connected to the internet. That's how good her parents were. They didn't let her be on social media acting a fool.
I like how there's all these.
They did let her go to a graduation party after busting her butt and graduating early with a what was her? I forget. She had like one of the third highest grade averages. Buddy.
I have
Mr.
to
Perfect
say,
Parent. That'll come back
Mr.
to bite
Perfect
him in his
Parent.
ass.
Mr. Perfect Parent. I'll bet you somebody takes your daughter out on a date every time she tells you she's going to the mall.
How dare
you never know.
disrespect
Because she
a
is
dead
just a
girl? I
normal-
mean, for real.
She's a normal teenager like every other teenager.
Every teenager's
And when
doing
I was
shit.
16 years old, I lied through my teeth to my parents.
I have no idea what my son did when he was a teenager. And let me just say, he's a lawyer now. But when he was a teenager and he was a good kid, who knows where he was? I don't know. He could have told me sleeping at Jay's house, and he could have been off partying somewhere in the woods. I don't know.
Right.
I've got a kid.
You
but
never know.
She's only 2, but I was a really good kid, like a really good kid. But did I
some
do
people
things?
Oh, don't say you're a good kid.
I was a
Don't
good
say
kid.
you're a good kid. He'll kick you out.
You are picking
You're not
a
allowed to say
parent
that.
that is freaking
Now,
out.
see, now you're going to be ridiculous. Have any of your kids graduated
You are.
early? Have any of your kids
My
graduated
daughter
early?
is a senior and she's 16 years old. So, but
You're
what
lying.
good did it do
You're
for her to
lying.
graduate early?
You're
She's
lying.
dead now.
You're lying. You're
She's
lying.
dead.
You're
Maybe
lying.
she should have used a little.
Oh my God.
You're a
What?
fucking troll.
Please.
You're a troll.
You're
That
not
is
going to come in here and trash
horrible.
that girl's parents. I'm not
No,
going to
you're
let you come
not.
in here
I
and trash
haven't.
that girl's
That's the
parents.
first
You
time
get
I
the
heard
fuck
somebody
out of
do
here,
that.
man. Kick this guy out
Yeah.
of here.
Yeah.
He should be
He's a
banned
piece of shit.
forever. What a piece of shit.
He is a piece
Holy
of shit. Mr.
But
Perfect
I
Parent.
see
I'll bet you
Ryan's fans
his daughter's
typing
got
that stuff
probably
all
3
the time.
boyfriends he don't even know about.
I bet he's got bed bugs.
He'll eat those words. He'll eat those words.
That's sad, man.
Mr.
That you have to
Perfect
trash a
Parent.
young girl.
I bet his daughter's getting gangbanged too, but it's not my
Who knows?
business.
I
No
have a
one knows what these
suggestion.
kids do, man.
I think Ryan's on shrooms. I don't think he's on meth. I think he's on shrooms.
I wish that was true, but the cotton mouth and the staying up
those
3 days in
pupils,
a
bro.
row.
Shrooms will do that.
Yeah, but man.
Yeah, but I think shrooms are more like
Shrooms and Adderall.
psychedelic, you know?
Shrooms and Adderall.
Okay,
Well,
but
Adderall's
you're saying
kinda
he's
like
trading the measles for the mumps.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree with you on
He's
that. I
got
don't
an
think he's doing
addiction.
meth. He's doing Adderall, so that's why he can
Something.
legally say he's not doing
Yeah,
drugs.
me and my cousin
Exactly.
used to do that all the time. We'd stay up 3-4 days in a row.
Yeah, it's the same
That's
effects.
scary.
Tomato, tomato.
hmm
Check some text.
Whatever it is, he's doing something, and it's just making him sound a fool. That's all.
What sucks is I thought that he was smart. Like, I thought that he had a good working mind. I respected him. Not
Yeah,
no
I
more.
think we all did.
I mean, he
No.
probably did, but drugs change everybody.
I can't.
That's 100% true. Yeah, drugs
Bring out the monster.
And
They-
I don't
They
know if
do.
he's on drugs. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I'm almost positive he's on drugs. I can't be
Yeah.
for sure, but
His
something's wrong.
pupils were huge. If you
pretty
look
sure
at
I
some
can
of his
say-
videos,
I'll speak
look
in
at his
absolute-
eyes.
Ryan
Yeah.
Upchurch is on drugs, and I know it for sure. I've seen them eyes for 14 years. I
Yeah.
saw
Yeah, those
eyeballs.
pupils don't lie.
I'm not saying that, like, but I've seen past videos of his, and he's been not as
Jesus
crazy.
Christ. Listen to this idiot. He's
Yeah,
saying I said that girl's daughter,
But
his daughter
crazy
was sitting
still.
gangbang.
What is he saying?
No,
He's
the
probably
guy
the same
below
guy
me.
this is probably the same guy that posted porn a minute ago, pretending to be outraged over the word gangbang.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, but don't be outraged when he threw the Kylie under the bus, and she's the victim.
Hey, Gen Z.
Let's not be outraged about that, though.
Hey, Gen Z. I want to
Unbelievable.
let you guys in on something, okay? Now, I know you guys have grown up with hardcore porn. You've been able to look at it since you were 8, the first time you got a connected device. Okay. My generation, we didn't have that. Okay. Well, there wasn't no internet. We had to steal a magazine or like go in the bookstore and maybe grab a peek, nobody see us, or get a Cosmopolitan magazine or an Esquire magazine. Okay. To maybe see a brawl. All right. But once you turn 18, you can talk about anything sexual you want. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
And
It's
this
not a
is an
crime.
adult
Sex is a
conversation,
natural
right?
human function that every human being engages in. And there are a lot of women that enjoy multiple sex partners, and there are a lot of men who enjoy multiple sex partners, i.e. gangbang. I was
Yeah, to each
gangbanged
his
by 2
own.
girls in the back of Molly Hatch's tour bus in 1979. And when they were done gangbanging me, they wanted me to go get other band members.
Wow.
So
You
there
were
you go.
wild back then.
Now, I was a
I
young
still
man. I
think
was
that's
single.
considered a
I was
threesome.
single and I was allowed. And that the whole reason I did that was to have a good time. My point of going on the road with them for a summer was to just have a fucking blast. And I did. And I lived it up. I did drugs.
yeah.
I did drugs. I partied. I had sex. I met
Do your
groupies.
thing.
I did it all. How we doing? Doggo reacts. What's up? Not much.
Okay.
Yeah. You got Roy D. Mercer. Roy D. Mercer has joined the podcast.
This is R.D. Mercer.
That guy's a good comedian.
I'm
If
here
you've
to
never
whoop
listened to
somebody's
Roy D.
ass.
Mercer, if you've never listened to Roy D. Mercer do his prank phone calls, you're missing pure comedy gold. But I gotta warn you,
Yeah.
Gen Z.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lord.
my dad used to listen to that in the car when he had a CB radio.
Yeah.
R.D.
Well,
Mercer.
I gotta warn Gen Z. Okay. Roy D. Mercer is a prank call comedian, and he's a fucking master. But he has been known to mention the word gangbang a time or two.
Yeah.
Oh, God, really? Dude, that's somebody's acting like a child. That's scary.
Xaname a whore. when Ryan's mom was done, when Ryan was done calling Xaname a whore, Ryan's mom just thought it was so important to make a video to talk how her and her son were just trying to make sure the women would be protected from the gangbang. Hypocrites. Biggest hypocrites on the internet today. Hey, Josh, what's up, buddy?
Not much. I wanted to say you guys are pretty right. Ryan's acting crazy lately.
He is, man.
Yeah.
Sad. I hate it.
Yeah. Like, I get that he doesn't like him, but to make a YouTube video and call him out, that's pretty ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. And to retaliate against other people.
And then
Take
for
it out
people
on
to say
other people.
kids don't party, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Sorry about the language.
Mr.
With
Perfect
and a
Parent
lot
there.
of
I
you,
just
a
love
lot
it.
of you guys have
I
kids.
just love it. He's the type
Yeah.
of guy.
Yeah.
He's
I
the
have
type of guy
an old
that'll
kid.
sit there and talk that crap. Okay?
Probably older than you.
But
And,
then
oh yeah, hopefully, yeah. I'm trying to
you probably
smash
don't
if
even
you got
know where
any
his kids
kids,
are
but
right
anyway.
now.
No, I have a
Yeah.
son. I don't think about that.
No,
Mr.
I meant you guys, all the women in here. I'm trying to fuck.
Oh,
Oh, no. Sorry,
Oh,
kid.
no.
Sorry,
Sorry.
kid.
Oh man,
Oh,
see, they're
no.
just infants, man. They're
I'm
just
here to
infantile.
whoop somebody's ass.
That's
Yeah.
insanity.
All you can
What a
do is
goofy
laugh at
guy.
it.
God.
That's
I
all
may
you can do is
look
laugh at it.
young, but I'm probably old enough to be your mama.
Hey, dude, tell you what, my wife is 67. She can still, or 65. She can still rock a bikini. It's just not proper, but her boobs are still as tight as a 16-year-old. And if you're nice to me, I'll have her do an OnlyFans and wash my truck in a bikini for you.
Oh my God! Is it the truck they were picking apart?
I mean, I got to have a permission slip from your parents first. And hey, Super Dad, your kids are invited too.
Uh-oh.
He was a perfect teenager. I mean, could you believe this guy? He was a perfect teenager. He was a perfect teenager that babysat every kid he ran into at a party that he thought was underage. I bet he babysat them girls real good too.
Oh, and even his daughter was a perfect teenager.
And then his daughter's a perfect kid too, of course.
Right? I don't get it.
And she's 16 years old, but she's a senior, he said. It's only 2% of the population that do that, buddy. Nice life.
You know what type of parent he is, though. I guarantee I've met him over and over again, where their child does nothing wrong and everybody else's child does. Their child is
normally they're the worst ones.
Yes, that's what's so bad. I'm not saying his child's not a good child. I had a good child, but I talked to my child about drinking and everything, because I went through it. If you drink, you get drunk, call me.
I want to tell Super Dad something because I know he's still listening. Okay. There's an old proverb: never bullshit a fisherman about fishing. I raised 2 kids that didn't belong to me, 4 that did belong to me, adopted 1 that didn't belong to me, and put 4 foster kids through college. You're not telling me anything about teenagers I don't know, young man. And you got a lot to learn if you think your kids are fucking perfect. They lie to you all the fucking time. And when they tell you they're going to the movies, they're actually going to meet a dude somewhere. Just like every other 16-year-old girl.
That makes
Just
me
like every other 16-year-old girl does.
Yep. That makes me admire you even more to be a foster parent. I know I was in the system from 13 to 19.
According to Uncle Will, a Ryan Upchurch cuck, it's just you just do it for the money.
Shit, there's not enough fucking money in it to do it for the money.
No.
You got.
I could have made twice that much just working in my shop every day.
Listen, I know the first
dentist appointments and counseling meetings and supervised visitations and.
My first foster home did do it for the money. She had 7 kids in there and 1 of her own. And literally at 13, we were allowed to smoke. We cleaned the house. We were maids. I know what both sides of this is. If you are a good foster parent, you're not doing it for fucking money. There's not enough money in it.
No,
there's really not.
The time's what
not
really
if you're doing
hurts.
it right.
You're tied down. And you got doctor's appointments, counseling meetings, supervised visitation. This one's got to be to this sports thing at 5. The other one's got to be picked up at 7. The other one, his practice starts in between 6 and 7, and it's always something.
And they're figuring out their emotional money goes towards because they're triggered by stuff.
Yeah.
You never know what they've gone through. Because I know there's things I look back now where I thought they were my second foster home where I thought they were just so mean that now I look at it and I'm going, no, they actually cared about me. But as a child going through what I'd went through, I couldn't see it then.
Man,
that had to be traumatizing. Yeah.
Despite my,
it is.
I lied to my parents all the time. Yeah, my dad was an abusive drunk, but as a teenager, I lied to my parents all the time, dude, all the time. At 16 years old, I was going to a bar called the Nightclub because they didn't card, and I was going home with girls that were 21 years old all the time. I did it a lot. I did it quite often. And, I'm not proud of it, but I was a wild teenager with no supervision. I could tell my mom and dad I was going to go spend the night at a friend's house, and they go, okay. I'd be gone all weekend, never go anywhere near my friend's house, and they never checked on me, not once.
Never checked.
No.
Never checked on me. No. And they never checked to see what my homework was done. Never checked to see what my grades were. Never checked,
Yep.
See, even as a teenager, I was a homebody. I never went and did shit, but I was a jerk to my parents.
Yeah,
that was
the 70s
one thing I did.
were wild, man. The 70s were wild. Rock and roll was blooming. Okay, new bands were hitting the radio every day with incredible music, and every nightclub had badass bands in them, and it was just, man, it was a good time to be alive. I just can't tell you
Yeah,
how free it was.
I
There
think
was
that's
no
why I like
AIDS.
different kinds of music because I was born in the late 70s.
Yeah,
I think that's
it
why I
was,
Yeah, me
like
too.
everything.
it was so awesome.
Same.
You could get weed anywhere. Everybody had weed. And it was a good time. And then there was weed, LSD, and 714s, which was Quaaludes, and those were the pills that everybody could get, and it was like a part of like animal tranquilizer or something. But they were really, really popular, and they were called Quaaludes. Google it. You'll see they
Yeah.
were a huge part of the culture in the 70s. The Gods have a song called Feeling Fine on 714s. And it's talking about being all messed up on 714s. One 714 was like a fifth of whiskey. So imagine having a fifth of whiskey in a pill. That was a 714.
Oh,
We used to
geez.
have to cut them in half. And I had a 1965 Plymouth Belvedere 426 Max Wedge with dual fours and a 4-speed. A hell of a lot of car for a young man. And man, I drove that car home and would get up the next day and not even fucking remember how I parked it. I mean, you talk about irresponsible shit. It was irresponsible, man. I
Psychobabble,
drove
can
that
I
car a
ask
lot of
you,
times and didn't remember how I got home.
how old are you?
I'm 63.
Oh, that's my parents' age.
Yeah, I had a good time, man.
Heck yeah.
It was a good time to be alive. I'm sure your parents
Yep.
remember
Oh
Quaaludes.
no, they had a blast back in their time. I hear
Everybody
all
had
kinds
long
of stories.
hair, and you could tell the hippies from the nerds.
Yeah,
See, today
yeah.
you can't because the nerds will run out and get tattoos and shit, right?
Yeah.
But everyone's got a tattoo now. It means nothing. You know, tattoo used to mean you were kind of a rebel or an outcast.
Yep.
Today, it means you're a dumbass that spent money and let somebody scribble on you in permanent ink.
Yeah.
But
My
anyway,
parents
Today they have them all
are
over their faces.
untatted.
right? Yeah, it's just letting basically scribbling on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would argue there's not a tattoo artist alive that could sell a painting of their tattoo.
My parents,
So,
that's so funny because my parents agree with you, and I'm the only one in my siblings that has tattoos.
but you could tell the outlaws because they had long hair, they smoked pot, and they listened to rock and roll. Those were the degenerates, and I was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty easy to tell the difference. This guy said, "Put me back in. You scared of the truth?" I'm looking at the private chat. No, we let the truth talk all day in here. The only thing we don't allow is gross exaggerations and bullshit.
Yeah,
like being a super dad with perfect kids after you were a perfect teenager.
Oh,
We don't
and
believe you.
can
Just
I
so you
say,
know, buddy,
Psychobabble?
I don't
I've
believe you.
seen all the comments, and I've been following you like from the beginning of this, and I am so sorry for like all the shitty fucking comments that you've been getting.
I know. Hey, I'm deflecting them from Xanime, and that's my job. And I'm going to keep doing it.
Hell yeah, man.
Can everybody
Right
hear
on.
my audio? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I tried to get in last night, but was having technical difficulties with my headphones. But
Yeah.
I want to start out by saying I'm not Crack Squad. I'm not Creek Squad. I don't follow another grown man like that. I think it's weird to be in a group and call yourself something like fucking Creek Squad. Anyway.
Yeah.
My question is to you, though, Psychobabble. When all of this is done, if he does apologize to Xanime, are you going to go back to being his buddy and being Creek Squad?
Well, I doubt it. No,
Yeah, that's a good question.
I doubt it.
I think it's too much by now.
All the shit
Yeah.
you talked, I don't think you can.
I can't say 100%, but
like you
I
was
doubt it.
before.
I doubt it. I would never be a blind loyalist, if that's what you're asking. I would never do that for anyone.
But do you not think a lot of stuff that you're doing is kind of the same shit he's doing?
No,
Somebody agrees with you,
not at
you
all.
get off the show, or
Listen,
make
okay,
fun
son. Here's what you got to understand. Okay.
And I'm not your son.
There's these pricks
Oh dear
that have
God.
attacked this woman and her entire family. And my job is to smash their heads one at a time.
Well, I think all that's bullshit.
I'm not out to make friends. I'm not out to.
YouTubers killed the little girl, but
Anyway,
I've been watching this and some stuff.
I can't do anything about the Kylie Rodney case because none of us work for the police department there. So everything we know is a wild assumption.
But
and I'm not about to play that game.
Oh,
I don't care what happens in that case. I've got one mission and one mission only, and that is to make Ryan Upchurch undo what he did to Santa Mae and her fucking family. And I'm tired of everybody being confused about the goddamn message.
I hear you, man.
Amen. You're already getting crazy. I'm saying I don't believe Ryan. Didn't know YouTubers kill that little girl. I've been watching this, and there's been some fucking weirdos. Some of his people.
Yeah.
But then again, there's been some normal people that's come on here, and you have belittled them. You have talked shit. Y'all was talking shit about me last night before I even got to come in because my headphones was fucked up. You didn't know if I was with him against him.
Now wait a minute.
I watched your videos today.
Told me to smash my piece of shit laptop and buy a new one.
You're hilarious.
Psycho Babble, he was trying to tell me how to run my own page. I mean, I do.
You have a choice whether you listen or not. If you don't like the content, there's the door.
No, I haven't even spoken words yet, and y'all was talking shit about me. And did anybody not hear this motherfucker just now say his wife's tits are still as tight as a 16?
Yeah, I felt a 16-year-old's tits when I was 16.
I mean, you could have said a different.
When I was 16, I did. I felt a 16-year-old girl's tits. In fact,
your volume was bad.
She chased me.
It was bad.
And she came to my house.
Well, I had the wrong.
She snuck out and came to my house, buddy.
I'm just saying, you going about things like you're saying he's doing shit, which he is a fucking dumb.
Here's the difference. Okay, I got to mute him because he won't listen.
Oh, okay.
So you have to mute him for a minute.
That guy's
Here's the
funny
difference,
though.
Okay, one guy is being a complete jerk to a woman, two-time war veteran has a full-time job at NASA, and just managed to get her family out of Ukraine. She did nothing to deserve it. She never knew Ryan Upchurch existed. And as soon as Ryan Upchurch called her out because she dared to not agree with him, Crack Squad has been relentlessly ravishing her entire family. And
Babble, if you watch his
when
videos,
I say Crack Squad, that's who I'm talking to. When I say punk, that's who I'm talking to. When I say stop it, that's who I'm talking to. And if you want to make it about you, buddy, go ahead and make it about you. It ain't about you. It's about what they're doing to this family, and I'm not going to put up with it.
And you just talked about how good looking your wife is. You didn't down your wife. You weren't talking about a fucking 16-year-old tit. You were talking about how beautiful she was, and I commend you even more for that.
Hell yeah.
There's too many husbands out there that don't say
turn
that.
it around. I didn't say anything about that. I'm saying he had to pick and say a
you did.
16-year-old girl.
Have you ever felt a 16-year-old's tits?
When I was fucking 16. See, you talk.
There you go. Why? You pervert.
Talk about you and
this guy's an idiot, man.
I think we went off.
He's
the
an
rails
idiot.
real quick.
He's a fucking idiot. You're
I don't
a
understand what just
nasty
happened.
asshole pervert that talks about
I guess I was
being a
talking to him.
pedophile and everything else every fucking day you're on the live.
When I said Crack Squad, I was talking about him for sure.
If that was the guy I thought it was, he was like a big fan of Gotcha Man.
See how they try to take something out of context and turn it in like a Gotcha Man said it best when he said take a grain of sand and make a beach out of it. And that's what they try to do. They try to take a grain of sand and make a fucking beach out of it. I just said my wife, and I'm going to say it again, at 65 years old, her tits are as tight as any 16-year-old. And I happen to know that because when I was 16, I had a lot of 16-year-old girls put their tits in my face.
You shouldn't say that, you stupid ass pervert. That's the problem right there.
Why is that pervert?
Why is that a pervert?
I bet you had sex before you were 18.
But I'm not talking about children right now. You're sitting here talking about little girls' bodies.
No, I'm talking about when I was their age.
The fuck if you're not, dude. The fuck if you're not. You.
See?
There's another one. There's another one.
I would not be sitting on this panel. Let me say this. I would not be sitting on this panel if you were talking about a fucking 16-year-old's tits. That is not what you're saying. You're saying your wife has a banging body, and it can be compared to a 16-year-old. You're not saying that you want to fuck a 16-year-old. These are freaking idiots.
I said when I was 16 years old, I had a lot of 16-year-old girls that wanted to put their tits in my face because I was a good-looking sumbitch. You want to see a picture? I had hair clear down to my ass. And when it was wet, I could set on it.
They want to vilify
long,
you.
Big, long, curly locks. And these girls just loved to run their hands through it. It was the longest hair in my high school. Nobody came close. And I was with a badass rock and roll band.
Hell yeah.
So give it up, dudes. Sorry you didn't have the teenage years
that's
I
the
had.
only way they
I
can
had
do
a
it,
lot of girls.
Can I say
my time when I was 16?
Can I say that guy that was just
girls
in
and some
here?
21-year-old girls and some 24-year-old girls even.
If I'm right, that guy that was just in here, I found his comment in the Gotcha Guys comments, and then I watched his video, and it's hilarious, and it's about Upchurch and Patty.
Yeah, it's
and
good stuff.
This guy, the guy that was just in the chat or the panel.
Hey, Crack Squad, I got another one for you. My wife's older than me. She's older than me. So listen, Crack Squad. When I was 16, my wife was 19. Whew. Picture that.
That's the only way they can vilify you, Psycho Babble. That's the only way they can vilify you.
Yeah. Pull something out of context, take a grain of
It is
sand,
all
try to
about
turn it into a
context.
beach. And see, so here's the coming up on the 11 o'clock here. So let me just finish with what did we learn from Crack Squad tonight? Well, we learned that one of the Crack Squad members is a super dad who was a super teen who every time he went to a party, his job was to babysit all the underage girls there. How he knew that which ones were underage, I'm not too sure. He didn't get into that, but he was there to protect them all from themselves. And now as an adult, his teens are perfect. They never lie to him, and they're not allowed to go to a graduation party. And I'm proud of him. Something else we learned from Crack Squad is if you do a job for someone, if they can find someone else that don't like you, they don't have to pay you.
Mm-hmm.
So if I hire somebody to paint my house, when they're done painting my house, if I can get Adam Calhoun to say he doesn't like them, I don't have to pay him for painting my house. That's what we learned from Crack Squad tonight. And then they wonder why they're called Crack Squad.
I gave a Billy Goat.
No kidding. Hey, I appreciate everybody's time tonight, and we'll do it again real soon.
Thank you, Psycho Babble.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, ladies and Psycho Babble. I have the utmost respect for all of you.
Thank you so much. Hey, we're on the right side. You know, we're doing what's right, so it's easy.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
I'll be there anytime, Psycho Babble. Good night.
Thank you.